Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, motherfucker.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, everyone.
Hello, it's me.
Gangsters, what's up, guys?
What up, guys? All right, guys, we're here early today. We're on top of it early. It's 10:12. They should have started 12 minutes ago. But that's how they do it. It's good to see everybody. Happy Friday. Hopefully all is doing well. Everybody's doing well. The weekend is here. I turned down that music because I just feel like I'm stuck in an elevator. But it's good to see you guys. Happy June 2nd. Birthday shout out to my boy Bree Real. Happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday, you thing from another world, you.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Here we go. Perfect timing. Oh, here we go.
This meeting of the Los Angeles City Council. Today is Friday, June 2nd, 2023.
Oh, they
I'd
got
like
the
to
whole
call this
pride
meeting to
set up.
order, please.
Oh, boy.
I'm Paul Krikorian, President of the City Council, and we're ready to begin.
Hold on, let me get him
We
off
will
the
be
red
taking
face.
public comment
There we go. Back to his
today,
normal face.
Both in person in the council chamber and via teleconference after our presentations.
Get into my
we
coffee.
have several presentations today, which we'll be taking up first.
Several
But
presentations.
let's begin,
Several.
Madam Clerk, if we could, by calling the
Keyword
roll,
several. Multiple.
Blumenfield, De Leon, Harris, Dawson, Hernandez.
Dude,
Hutt,
you know Mr.
Pretorius,
Herman had to
Lee,
show up today.
McCosker,
You
Park,
know he did.
Price, Rahman, Rodriguez, Soto Martinez.
Holy
Diaz,
shit, is that the
Sasky.
flying
10
nun?
members present
That's
and a
the
quorum,
fucking
Mr.
flying
President.
nun in the front
Thank
row.
you. First order of
The
business.
flying nun
Approval of
is in the
minutes of
front
May
row.
31st, 2023.
Holy shit.
Councilmember Park moves. Councilmember Lee seconds. Next.
Shout out to
Commendatory
the
resolutions for
flying
approval.
nun.
Councilmember Soto Martinez moves. Councilmember McCosker seconds. Next. If we can run through the agenda, please.
Thank you. Items 1 through 5 are items noticed for public hearing. Items 6 through 9 are items for which public hearing.
Yeah, it's already getting feisty today. There was a protest apparently at a middle school, I think it was, or elementary school in North Hollywood. Sparked a protest, a little fight outside. So yeah, people are angered. Oh, where's
Going once,
Where's Mr.
Going twice.
Don't switch it. I want to see
All
who's
right,
in the crowd.
Then, if there are no specials, Madam Clerk, what's available?
I
for
don't
us to
know who
vote
the
on
flying
this
nun
morning?
is. Wasn't that
At
Sally
this point,
Field?
there will be no items to vote
Wasn't
on
it
until
Sally
after public
Field?
comment.
Isn't she the
Okay,
flying
then we
nun?
will hold those items on the desk until after.
Be awesome if it
public
was
comment.
her fucking dressed up like the flying nun.
That will bring us next to.
You gonna do a straight Pride Month?
presentation
Yeah.
Portion of.
Again, it's sad they still haven't honored the men and women who paid the ultimate sacrifice for your country. Not even for one day, not even for 1 hour, but other people get a goddamn month. Got it. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. I don't see Mr. Oh, there he is. He is back there. You see him pumping up the fucking. He's pushing
Thank
the
you,
roof
Mr.
up.
President and
He's got a
colleagues.
swastika on. He's there.
Well, today is a bit of a bittersweet
there.
celebration.
He's there.
But this morning, I ask that you join me in celebrating a nationally recognized Latina leader, civil rights
Sure, Zod.
icon,
There's always room for growth.
Miss Antonia Hernandez.
Congratulations, Antonia.
It's such a privilege to be here, to be joined by Antonia, to celebrate her many years of contributions, not just to the city of Los Angeles, but frankly
Well,
to our
realistically, I don't think unless it's little fisticuffs that there's anything they can ban anybody from that chambers completely. They can ban you for the day, and that's their thing. We'll make him go home for the day. He probably won't come back, and if he does, who cares? He's calmed down by then. I think that's really how they work it, unless there's fisticuffs involved.
this composition of
Because then they can have you trespassed, and
talented Latinas
then
that support
then you
the
can't
work
come
at
back.
the California Community Foundation, she has been a remarkable leader that has broken down barriers for decades.
This bullpen is
fearlessly
atrocious.
Working to ensure
Well,
that
thankfully, you guys
communities
got
of
some
color
hitters.
were being recognized. That
If you didn't
we
have
were
the
being
hitters, you guys
honored
would be
in the
terrible.
work
Worse
that
than the A's.
legislative bodies and politicians so often overlooked in their responsibility to fulfill.
I don't
Simply
know,
put,
Engine. I've never seen them
Antonia
do that.
exemplifies
But okay.
the American success story and the American dream. She was born in
I agree, we nap.
Ejido of El Cambio,
And they don't even have
Torreón,
Jackson Holiday up yet.
Coahuila, Mexico, in 1948 to
Oh,
Manuel
sorry,
and
guys.
Nicolasa Hernandez.
Sorry, guys.
Her father was born in Texas, but his family, just like many Latinos of that generation, experienced the forced repatriation during the Great Depression. As a retaliatory effort that so many Mexican Americans had endured. As a result, Manuel returned to the States in 1956 with his wife, Nicolasa, and their 8-year-old daughter, Antonia. Their family settled in East Los Angeles in public housing. And while Antonia endured many racial slurs and taunting growing up, she focused on diligently
Mr.
learning
Herman's got the
English
Turk
and
flag
helping her
again.
family,
See him?
including selling tamales on the weekends. In the summers, her family were migrant farm workers, picking crops from farm to farm. And this was a part of the story that I think for many of our communities, for many of us
Look,
in
shell-shocked.
the Latino community can really connect to very deeply and meaningfully. Because as the daughter of Mexican immigrants and as an individual that works to represent communities that struggle to make it here in this country, my own family was part of that very similar history. When you take any opportunity to make it work, to make ends meet. My father was also a
Yeah,
young
Allison, they got a lot of young
worker
talent
with his
over there,
family in the
Padres.
summertime, just to help make sure that they could get all the resources that they needed to make it in this country. And in addition to all of her efforts with her family,
Is this a new shirt? No.
being a migrant worker and working
Have some
in
new
those
ones coming.
fields,
Courtesy of Lonnie.
Antonia
Thanks, Lonnie.
continued on with her academic
up, Tommy?
success, undeterred,
What's up, Adam?
to create the success that
No, you didn't
is
miss
what
anything,
her
Mark.
legacy has provided for
They
our
just
community
started,
so
and they just,
proudly.
this is the first people
She
that they're
graduated from
honoring, and
Garfield
then
High
there's
School
like
in
2
East
more
Los
probably.
Angeles, and attended ELAC.
It's
East
going to
Los
be 30
Angeles
minutes
Community
probably,
College.
I'm going to guess, or so.
Through perseverance,
take.
she earned her Bachelor of Arts degree in history from UCLA, and later her JD from UCLA School of Law. She became a U.S. citizen soon after
Well,
graduating
CG,
and
again, when you're
passing the
bad so
California
long,
bar
you have all these young picks,
exam.
and,
But her real
Diamondbacks
life
pick
story
pretty
and
well.
origin is
They
just the
draft
tip of
pretty
the
decent.
iceberg as she went on to accomplish
Shouldn't be
and
surprising.
create so much change to come.
What should,
Influenced
should,
by
be,
her lived
should be
experience,
surprising is the
Antonia
Padres
showed
lineup
interest
and
in
them
civic
being third in the
engagement from a very
division,
young age,
down
commencing her
7
political
games or whatever
activism
they
during
are.
the civil rights and Chicano movement of the 1960s. In her noteworthy legal career, she started as a staff attorney at the Los Angeles Center for Law and Justice,
up,
where she
Turtle?
prosecuted landmark cases such as the class action
She's
lawsuit
a race baiter, Jim.
Madrigal
That's how they do it.
versus Quilligan in
Can't even
1978.
read what she fucking
In
wrote.
this high-profile case, she fought against
Stumbling over everything.
the alleged unconsented sterilization of Latina immigrant women in California. And while this case was not won, her work paved the way for medical reform in the state by requiring informed consent
I'd
for
say
non-English
sativa,
speaking
Jane.
women.
Indica's a bit
In
heavy for the morning,
1979 to
but I mean,
1981,
again, depends on the
Antonia
smoker.
served as the counsel to the U.S.
What's up,
Senate
Salvador? How
Judiciary
are you?
Committee, the first Latina ever to hold
Seth.
this position. She later joined MALDEF, the Mexican American Legal Defense and Education Fund,
MALDEF?
as the regional counsel in Washington, D.C. And just 4 short years later,
Betty,
she
because of the
became
traffic
president
and everything
general
else,
counsel
most
of
people wouldn't be
MALDEF.
able to get there. It's
And
you
it
don't
was
want to
in her
drive around
time
here at 5 and 6 o'clock.
as the president and general counsel
You don't want to
of
go anywhere
MALDEF,
near this
that they
place.
led and fought some of the most pivotal cases.
And in fact,
those of
if
us-
I let you out at 5 or 6 when you were done, you'd probably say, what's the coolest little restaurant or coffee shop I could hang out for 45 minutes till the traffic dies down? Then you'd end up going home. And that's why they don't do it at night. That and they're lazy.
access to public education and healthcare services.
Not trying to give you any more. Not trying to do anything else for you.
pivotal
Not trying to make it
Garza
work for you
versus
better.
The County of Los Angeles in
What's up, Nancy?
1990.
Thinks
that
it's okay,
successfully fought
Calamity. He got sick last night.
involving the intentional
he's okay
dilution
today.
of Latino voting strength, which many of us are all too familiar with.
LA Cafe. Yeah,
It
you
is
can go
the
there.
It forced the creation of a Latino seat for the LA County Board of Supervisors.
That guy has the
which
impressive
was
hair?
then
Him?
Represented by the first Latina on
It's
the
gonna be
LA
me,
County
bro.
Board of
That's
Supervisors.
me right now.
Miss Gloria Molina.
I see Mr.
She
Herman's
brought federal
clapping.
lawsuits in California,
He's clapping
Texas,
for him.
Illinois, Wisconsin, and Michigan, ending gerrymandering and other
No,
discriminatory
I don't see
practices
Mr.
in
Sachs.
those
Well, it doesn't mean he's not in
districts.
there.
And it's because of her work that the Voting
Hopefully
Rights
he
Act
is.
of 1965 was expanded to cover Texas and other southwestern states in 1975, explicitly
LA
outlawing
cafe in your town?
discriminatory election practices, and in turn protecting rights of non-native English
Poker
speakers.
tournament in S&S. Get it.
She organized nationwide campaigns
Something big
to
coming
promote
on the river.
participation
Watch out.
in the 90s and early 2000s for
I hope Mr.
census
Spindler's there
for
too, I don't see
equitable
him.
representation for the Latino community. And today, in her work as president and CEO
You know, they're just worried about
of the
panning the
California
camera
Community
because fucking
Foundation,
he's got his
one of the
swastika on
largest
and all of that
philanthropic
shit already.
organizations that promotes equitable opportunities for Angelinos.
They're
She
giving you the
manages
tight
millions
shot.
of dollars in
Dude,
grants
that looks like
to
Mr.
fund the
Herman right
arts,
there in the
health,
blue
housing,
with the papers all the way in the
economic
back.
opportunity, education,
I swear
and
that looks like
immigration
him.
programs. And it is
Because
with
he's always
that
wearing
that today
denim,
we
right?
are
He's
here
always wearing
to
like denim.
celebrate the incredible
I'm
impact
telling you, I have a feeling
and
that's
undeniable
him.
service of this remarkable trailblazing
Hey,
Latino.
sold a card. 32
Because
bucks.
as many of you may know,
And 2 cards.
that she
Sami
has
Zayn.
decided to reclaim her time and depart from this professional work that she has
Sami Zayn.
so thoughtfully and so beautifully led
What's up,
that has
Cass?
been to the benefit of so many of our communities.
I'm telling you, he
She is
likes to wear the
stepping down
Canadian tuxedo. I
as
bet you it's
president
him.
and CEO of CCF,
I bet it is.
and
Hi, Heather.
start the new chapter of her
Hi,
life
Zora.
with her wonderful husband and her family, proudly resuming her more, I guess, priorities, aptly so, about being a grandmother.
This
about
is true,
enjoying
Dallas.
all the wonderful
Well, it's not really that. It's
opportunities
just,
that
I think
world
it's
has
more
to
of the
offer.
fact that if we look at it, there's really like 4 usual suspects or 5 maybe that we're always looking for, right? Mr. Harlan, Mr. Sachs, Mr. Herman, you know, Stacy Cigar Bollinger is pretty funny sometimes, and you know, whoever else we want to throw into the pot on that day. Biden's son or the chick who gets raped by Obama in her sleep. Any of the last ones. You know what I mean? Other than that, you know, there's not too many that come every day. You know, those regulars is what we're looking for.
Realized out of an opportunity.
And apparently, you know, I was looking, guys, just to let you know, I was looking for a live feed of Chicago's city council meeting. Boy, it exploded yesterday. It was all over the news. People are pissed. People in Chicago are pissed. They're getting overrun now by all the immigrants that are coming into the country by the busload, and they don't know how it's all getting paid, and now they're fighting. Well, I ain't paying for it. You fucking paid for it. You brought them here, and man, it was fucking fireworks. I had to bring the police in last night. It was wild, all over the news. So I was trying to look for a live feed of it, and I couldn't. So I'm gonna keep an eye out. If I can find a live one, we're gonna definitely watch their LA City or their Chicago City Council meeting.
In your own force of nature, this incredible powerhouse that has enabled us to actually be recognized, to be heard.
You know, Chicago has fallen. Well,
seen.
I mean, you
And so
you
with
get
that,
what you
I'm
vote
just
for.
incredibly proud
So
to
I don't feel bad for
recognize you
any of the
today,
people
and
that,
thank you
in
for
fact,
your
everybody who
incredible
voted for
service,
those people that are
that isn't
Lightfoot and all those
by
idiots. I hope those are the
your
people that are getting
technology,
robbed and stabbed
but
and
has
shot and
continued
killed.
and will continue. You've
Because
seen
they
it
won't learn until it
and the
happens to
change
them.
to
So
lead
they're
the
vultured
foundation
upon.
work that has also been
Those
happening
liberals are always
in so
quick
many of
to
our communities
spend your
today.
money and tell you how to
I ask
fucking
you to
feel
join
about
me
somebody.
in celebrating and thanking
You know, and because
Antonio
most of them are
Hernandez
never
and
affected
Suarez.
by the things they're talking about. These black and brown communities, and it's a white liberal telling you about a black and brown community she or he doesn't never live in. Things like
Colleagues,
that.
It's with that I'd like to
They
invite
never
all
been
of
there. They don't even know. Hey, tell them a couple streets to go meet you. They're going to have to use MapQuest to figure out how to get over there. Okay? And then they're still scared. They're still staying in their car. Go ask them to meet you on Figueroa.
It's really strange for me to come in and
You mean next to the Staples Center, right?
Every time I've been here in the past.
I don't go past Pico.
So it's a different experience. But I really want to thank you, and my comments are short. I came here in 1956 as a little girl, and I fell in love with LA.
Come pick up
I
Dub
have
Sack on Fig.
traveled the world.
They sell
I
bud
have
on
lived in the East
Broadway
Coast,
and like
and there's no
50th. I know
place
that. I
like
don't know
LA.
if they sell weed on
It is
Fig.
a beautiful
I'd
place.
assume they
It's a
have to
complex,
somewhere.
It's messy, but this is where the world is represented. And I want to commend the City Council for recognizing the fact that we live in a diverse society and we are enriched by the diversity of Southern California. Doesn't detract from us, it makes us better. And every community should be represented, and it's wonderful. You know, when we filed the lawsuit,
It's wonderful when we filed the lawsuit.
you know, against the city, I think many years ago, it's a much better place. When we sued the county,
Lonnie, thank you so much.
today it's a much better place.
Oh, that was you?
Never thought I
I
would
love
see
it.
an all-women
Thank you so much, Lonnie.
county board of supervisors, the queens of LA. And as I see the diversity here, it's getting to where it should be. And I hope that we will continue to accept the fact that we are the world. Every
We are
community
the
of
world.
is represented here.
We are the
And
children.
we have problems, and I know they're
We are the
difficult.
ones who make a
But,
brighter day.
You know,
Oh man, I better stop singing. I'm gonna
let's
get a fucking
celebrate
copyright strike.
all the wonderful things about LA, acknowledging the challenges.
Sounds right
And
on point.
No, as I told Paul, I am not retiring. I'm reclaiming my time to do whatever the heck I want to do with whomever I want to do.
Whatever the hell
Thank you
you
very
want.
much.
Thank you. Ms. Rodriguez, we have a few members on the queue.
Welcome,
Thank
Jim.
you.
Jim, you're welcome.
Mr. Harris Dawson.
Caller? No, the callers
so much,
are.
Mr. Chair.
We got a
Thank
while
you.
for the callers.
Councilmember
These dicks have to fucking finish this presentation. Probably do two more.
Stand here and congratulate you for your work.
Then we can get to work.
There's a long list of things that you've accomplished.
Oh, he's back from
Councilwoman
Austria.
read a lot of them.
I forgot about
But I
that.
wanna
He
talk
went to
about a few
Austria
that are
on our
personal
dime for
me,
nothing.
And deeply felt for me in especially in my role in this chamber. Today there's a great story in the LA Times about the Zoot Suit riots and how African Americans and Latinos worked together against oppression and repression during the Zoot Suit riots. And I
That's
read that
Mr.
story and
Sachs.
I thought
For
about
sure,
that
100%.
around
I
today,
see him now. That is
that
fucking
continue that
confirmed.
legacy, that continue
Mr.
working
Sachs
together
in the
and
back,
pushing together.
on the podium,
I first
going through his papers,
read
wearing
your
his
name
denim,
as a
wearing his
small
full
child,
Canadian
like in the
tuxedo.
third or
It's
fourth
official. He's
grade,
in the fucking room,
and you
ladies
were
and gentlemen.
doing something with Benjamin Hooks.
It's a
And
fucking official.
Benjamin Hooks used to be the president of the NAACP a long time ago. And it was meaningful to me because Benjamin
Mr.
Hooks was
Sachs.
some guy in
That's
Washington,
Mr. Sachs
DC.
back there, right there.
Antonio was right here in the city of Los Angeles. My neighbor was standing up for civil rights, and I followed your career ever since. And at every stage that you've been, you've knocked down the
Hoo-doo!
doors so that
Mr.
more
Harlan's in
people
the
have
house. Look at him
access to
studying,
power,
preparing,
power,
getting ready.
decision-making, whether
Number
that's
12, that's
districts
just
and
some
civil
crap.
rights, or at the foundations.
You
I
can't
actually-
spell
I
crap
remember
without
how
a
foundations
C.
were when you got
We
to
have the
PCF. I
C
remember 'cause I was having
next to the
apply
beach.
to them to support
The
community
beach is
coalition.
over there.
We-
What the hell is it doing over
that work,
there?
and just, you know, a small indulgence and a small story.
I can see it right now.
You know, Ms. Hernandez had been kind of a mentor to me at Community Coalition as a young organizer and a leader there. And we did our campaign, and we did very well on the campaign. And she was one of the first people to call. And I said, "Isn't this nice?" Antonio's
Kinda on
coming in
point,
to
right?
congratulate
It's
me,
kinda.
tell me what a good job I did, and encourage me.
That's the greatest
And
part,
she
though,
sat down
Oscar.
and
That's
she
why
said,
we
"It's very
watch.
nice that you got elected.
If
Now
they were
here's what
normal
you're gonna
folks
do."
like you, we wouldn't
And
want to
what
watch.
you're gonna do
No offense.
turned out to be what was Measure HHH.
Being a
which was the
perfectly
first,
normal part of
housing
society
bond,
is not
especially
fun to
for
watch.
Homeless people anywhere in the entire United States.
Why do you
Came in
think some
my
people watch
office and
me?
said,
Because
"This
I'm a
is what you're
weirdo.
gonna do."
Fucking crazy.
A poll magically
And I
appeared
don't
the
hold.
next week,
I
and
don't
we were
hold
off to the
anything
races,
back.
And we passed that with 81% of the vote. And so You've just been so special to us and special to the city.
Oh, he
So thank
sure
you,
does, Jay.
for your contribution.
I
Thank
love
you,
Mr. Sachs.
Stern,
He's
for
awesome.
sharing,
He's a tough dude.
When and where you could.
And that's why I said,
and
for
we
all
look
the Jewish folks that came in yesterday, dude, he would have been the greatest Jewish speaker. He comes in with his kippah every day. He's legit. He's more orthodox than the ones that were in there. And look at him. He's still writing notes. You see it? I know you see him writing notes back there. He's getting ready.
Being so eloquent.
About to drop the bomb on you.
And dignifying an incredible jewel of not just the city and the state of
Oh, the
California,
racist
but
guys.
the entire country.
Guys, I'm going to
The
go fill up
Honorable
my coffee
Michael
if you don't
Stern,
mind. Give me
as well as
10
the
seconds. I'll
Honorable
be right
Antonia
back.
Hernandez. I just want to say, Antonia, you are not just a role model for Latina women and Latina girls, but you're a role model for all of us, especially men and young boys. The history that has been articulated so eloquently, we won't repeat it, but there's a couple of things that I do want to highlight. Is obviously your litigation strategy when it came to one of the most pernicious ballot initiatives in the history of this country, which was Proposition 187. That we have some young folks here today, young champions, CF champions, that there was an initiative that would have outlawed in the state of California, if you're an undocumented immigrant, primarily Latino or Latina, you could not go to public schools, elementary, junior high, or middle school, or high school, or you couldn't get access to health care. And this was an issue that you litigated in the federal courts. Many of us took to the streets at the time, and protested and yelled out loudly. You went to the courts and you collectively defeated this initiative and eliminated almost every single count. And for that, we owe you a great, debt of gratitude for that. And also, too, an unknown fact is that Antonia, and I don't know if it was mentioned, so I got here a little tardy. Antonia was general counsel to the Senate Judiciary Committee in Washington, D.C., to then U.S. Senator Ted Kennedy, who was the chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee. And Antonia was on the very, very, very short list of a nominee to the United States Supreme Court. This would have been our first U.S. Supreme Court justice. Wouldn't have been, Madam Justice Sotomayor, not for some internal Democratic politics in Washington, D.C., but that's the way the ball bounces, whether it's in Washington, D.C., in Sacramento, or right here.
We're all nice.
Politics and politics. But you would have been our very first nominee, and you would have been an incredible U.S. Supreme Court justice. You would have been a light of justice for all individuals, regardless of who they are, where they come from, the color of skin, the language they speak, and their legal status. So, gracias, Antonia, por todo lo que has hecho para nosotros. And let me just confirm that this woman, along from her legal skills and being the executive CEO, chair, president of the California Community Foundation World.
I wonder how
this
she
woman
feels
makes
about him.
A hell of a batch of tamales. So I hope you continue to make those tamales, because I know,
that's what I
personally,
want
that
from
they're
you,
the
your
best tamales
tamales.
I've ever had. Gracias, Antonia. Muchas gracias del corazón. Gracias.
I mean, a good tamale is really good, though. We can't lie about that. Good tamale
Thank
is
you, Ms. Hernandez, for all
hard
that
to
you've
pass
done,
up.
and Ms. Rodriguez
Tamales.
for bringing us this presentation.
Thank you. And so, Antonia, on behalf of the very grateful Los Angeles City Council and countless residents that have benefited from your example of leadership, from being the epitome of what good trouble really is, we thank you so much for your dedication and service to Angelinos, to this country.
Hey, Connor.
Your voice
Don't be
will be
racist.
missed, but never absent.
We'll kick you
Thank
out.
you for your service.
You leave tamales out of this. Everybody loves a good tamale. All right, there's one presentation I think is done. Don't know fully if it's done, but let's see. Then we'll be on to the next one, I believe, and then hopefully we're done after two
Thank
presentations.
you for that presentation. Next, we have another presentation coming up.
Who's the dude in the
President
dashiki? I don't know.
Is coming forward along with the Grant High School boys basketball team.
Grant? Oh,
Corey and the
are they going to
floor
give him the signed basketball too?
Well, thank you very much, Mr. President. It is
There's
a
Stacy
very
Cigar
proud
Bollinger up
day,
close.
for
Jeez,
the
I've never
San
seen her so
Fernando
close.
Valley. Of course, all of us were
We need to zoom out.
disappointed when the Lakers weren't able to come through with the championship this year. But in the San Fernando Valley, we were.
Where's the
very,
Edgar? I
very
know one of them
much
got a sweet
celebrating
Edgar.
the
Let me
fact
see it. One
that
of you
the
dudes.
Lancers did deliver a championship.
One of the Lancers got
I
a
wanna
sweet Edgar. I
congratulate
just know it. Let
the
me see
Grant
it.
High School.
Who got the Edgar?
Lancers,
Oh,
who
his on the left is kind of
for the
Edgar-ish
second
to the
year
left
in
of
a
the
row,
blue. He's
won
almost.
the
Look at
City
Mr.
Section
Herman.
Division
Look at
I
Mr. Herman.
Boys basketball team. And once again,
Hold on, let me move
they
it.
did it in
All right, just
upset
keep an
fashion,
eye over there when you
by
see.
beating
Oh,
the
he's got the
number
Edgar
one
right
seed
there.
team
Right
from
there. You
the
see him?
Western League.
See him right there?
And, it
This kid
was,
right there.
the
Look at
second
him.
Division
He's
I
got the
CIF
mushroom right
LC
there. The
title
sweetest
that
whatever.
Lakers won back-to-back
Look
in
at that
2022
clean ass
and
bowl.
2023.
Look at the
So
clean
it
bowl,
was
homie. Yeah, let
another
him.
great reason to celebrate
Look
the
at the
Grant High
clean
School,
ass
and I
bowl.
think
Let
we
him get
have,
in front, homie. Nobody can see the
video
bowl.
clip
Let him get in
that
front,
we can
homie.
Roll that now.
Let him get in front, homie, so they can see the bowl. Dang, bro, you wouldn't even let the homie get up in front, and you're fucking a foot taller than him? Homie could stand in front of you, and you'd still see everything. The fuck, dog? Hold on, man. That shit might be copywritten. Uh-oh. I don't know if that's copywritten. That sounds like it's copywritten music, so I'm just going to mute it here for a second, guys, until the music's done. Ain't that some shit, though? Little ass homie, can't he, couldn't put the point guard with the Edgar in front. There he goes right there. Come on, man. Almost 5'1". Stop it. Come on, man. That was his clean as fuck, Shells. Like, he's got the sweet Edgar. He's the poster child.
Sir.
Look at that thing. Yeah, they let him up front. Look at him in the blue.
Pride of Valley Glen.
Dang, that thing is sweet,
Grant
bro.
High
All you
School
see
has
is
a
ears and
rich tradition
side of the head.
of
Bruh.
athletic success.
He's crying.
Won
Look, he's
30
tearing up.
championships in 64 years.
I'd tear up too if I had to wear that in public.
Had 13 all-league players, 7
I want to be that homie for Halloween. I want to be you
city
for Halloween,
players of the
homie.
year over the last 3 years. And
Or
I
a
wanna
big
give
ass
a
giant
special
diamond in my
shout-out
ear
to
that we
coaches,
know ain't real.
Tarek Abdul-Samea, Howie Levine, Asatur Bagarian,
Let's get it.
David Anowitz, and Rashad Winston, who are all Grant alumni students and former players
Think
of
that
this team. who've
$20,000
then come back to
earring is
help
real?
Build the foundation of these young men's lives and athletics.
Yeah, he's like the only one that's got the Edgar.
Let's recognize the coaches.
Like a
of this
legit
amazing
Edgar.
team.
Other ones are close, but no cigar. No Stacy Cigar Bollinger.
And not only for
There he
their
goes, Mr.
athletic
Herman. Look at him.
success,
Look at him. Look at him.
because there are 7
Every
seniors
time.
in this
Look at him
team,
every time. Look at him every time.
All of them. at
Dude, he's like a little kid. He's like a
100%
4-year-old.
graduation rate of
Every
seniors, and all of them are
time.
going on to college. So these are scholar athletes as well.
That's why they
So
can't put the camera on him, because they just
it is
know.
a great, great honor to be able to recognize the Grant High Lancers for this back-to-back championship achievement that they have. And before we make our presentation to them, I would like to ask Rebecca McMurrin, who's the head of school, the principal of the school, and Tarek Abdul-Samea, the head coach.
Bro, my kids are in high school, and they make fun of Edgar's. Do they? So if they saw that kid, they'd be making fun of his sweet-ass
It's an
bowl.
honor to be here today. My name is Rebecca McMurrin. I'm a very proud principal at Grant High School. This is my 4th year as
Lots of
principal.
kids, Randy, at least here. I
And
see
during
so many
that
kids
time,
bailing
I
the
have been
Edgars.
nothing but
In Texas,
amazed
too.
and awed by the
Texas, that
talent,
shit is huge in Texas. Go see Houston and Arlington.
The hard work of our coaches and our players. You know, since Grant
That's
High
huge.
School first opened, there have only been 3 head coaches in our school's history, and 2 of them are here today working with the team. Coach Tariq and Coach Howie. They're legends now in their own right with the work that they've done with our team and all of our coaches. I am so proud of our students. These
Think so,
players,
Terry?
some of them
Terry,
entered
is
our
it pretty
school,
big
came
in
to us
Phoenix,
this year,
too?
but
They got a lot of
most our
Edgars out
team
there?
Joined us
The
and
kids
started
like it?
playing during the COVID
I just can't wait till like the
school
adult
closures.
men start wearing it.
Despite all the challenges
I want to look young. Why don't you give me the Edgar? I'll take a number 2.
and vaccines and masks,
You know,
and women
50-year-old
practice
dudes
and
rolling
all
around with
that,
Edgars.
They came to school
That's what we
every
need.
single day, even during the school closures.
I think there should be an Edgar Day where everybody has to just shave their shit like a bowl.
Their skills,
Oh man, it's
advancing their
Edgar Day,
plays,
bro. You gotta
committing
bowl it up.
always to the team. When we talk about our players, it's more than just a team. It's more
All right,
than
can we
just
fashion cop her for just a second?
truly their greater
Bro, how did you pull that off the rack and say that was the one I wanted?
teammates.
Really?
And I want to
Really?
also
That's
add
the
what
that's the shirt
President
that you
mentioned
bought.
already. They are scholar
That was the hot
athletes.
one.
They come to school every day, prepared to learn.
Man, I'm into
They
fashion
are
cop,
all
but
college bound, and we look forward to be able to say the same thing.
that
for
was the
other
one, huh?
players
That was the one
as
you
they
looked good
continue
in the
through
mirror.
high school experience. And now
Okay.
it's my honor to
Fall colors.
introduce Coach Reed, the head coach.
Fall colors and well, it's really the end of
Thank you,
spring,
Mr. Reverend.
summertime.
As you can see, these are
She's a full season and a half off.
are
Hysterical.
leaders of our school and leaders of our community.
Let
Our
Edgar
basketball
talk, man. I just
program
want to see
is
him in all his glory.
microcosm of our diversity on campus, and how these young men work together to bring athletic success.
Bro, he's
to
got the
school.
shaved eyebrows.
It's just a minor.
That's another thing too. To be a full Edgar, you got to shave your eyebrows up a little bit and get the full bowl.
Kids who are part of Leadership Grant Coalition, they do other things. I believe
He definitely looks like one of the Stooges. Yes, Rob.
And they do a great job, and that's a testament to our administration, our parents, our local community, and
Scared.
everything that we bring on our campus every day. Obviously, only being the third head coach in school's history.
Oh, that's not a dashiki. See, now you can see. He's not wearing a dashiki. He's there for the pride, the honoring of the pride community.
And a lot of our kids in our community.
Or Pride Week, rather. Honoring of Pride Month. Sorry, month.
Hopefully more athletic success. But
My
ultimately,
bad.
Some of these young men may be sitting in some of these seats.
Dude,
one
that
day.
thing is tight and clean. It is, Matty J. I want it like that for Christmas. They should just sell a home bowl. Like,
Thank you very
like
much,
with the
Coach.
Floby,
Looking
like an
forward to
attachment to the
welcoming
Floby
them back here
that
after
just
their
bowls it up
election.
for
In the
you,
meantime,
like
I
the
wanted
Edgar
on behalf of
attachment.
the entire city council, to present you and the team with this basketball signed by all of the members of the Los Angeles.
All of us. Oh, thank you so much for giving us a signed basketball by you fucking morons, good for nothing scumbags. Jesus, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe just go walk over to the receptacle over there and shoot it right into there. I mean the trash can.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you. The basketball is worth more than the signatures.
Next, we have a presentation from Councilwoman Tracy Park.
There's two. Is this going to be the last one, or is there one more after this,
Step out. Thank you
or?
again, Grant High School boys basketball team. Awesome job.
I don't know, Anita. I don't know. There could be two more. It could be five more. I doubt it. Usually it's three. No. Look, he's wearing the Turk flag. Look at him back there, clapping, wearing the Turkish flag, standing backwards from Mr. Herman. Ah, what a dickhead. Ah, boy. Yeah, Edgar haircuts for everybody.
All right, thank you, Council Member Blumenfeld.
Oh, I
and
see
good
Sean
morning,
in there,
colleagues.
the guy who called in with
This
his
morning,
fans.
I am filled
Sorry,
with
fans,
excitement
I'm not going to be able to
wish
go
you
there.
and the
There's
entire
Stacy
city
Cigar
of
Bollinger.
Los Angeles a happy pride. Since 2011, the City Council
not
has
cigar,
hosted
it's
LGBT
cigar.
Heritage Month celebrations in council chambers. This gives us an opportunity to recognize the
He looks
impact
pissed
our
behind.
LGBTQ
Look at him. He looks
plus
just mad.
communities have across our
Staring
entire
at her ass, too. Look at him.
It does not
Why is he
escape
staring at her
the
ass?
district that I represent.
He's all mad, staring
was
at her ass,
formerly
hate
led
fucking
by
her
two
right now.
openly gay
Why you hate
representatives
fucking
for
her, bro?
17 years. With this history in mind and the deep ties to the LGBTQ plus community in
Oh,
my
this-
district,
I hate
CD11
fucking her.
is honored to host this year's celebration. To get us all in the spirit of pride, I
He's
would
definitely
like to
checking her,
introduce
right,
the
Freddie?
Trans
Come on.
Chorus of Los
I don't know who he
Angeles
is.
and
Looks
artistic
like the
director
Star
Abdullah
Wars
Hall to kick
fucking
us off with our
chancellor
first beautiful
before he got all burnt by the
Abby, if you'd
electricity.
like to speak and say a few words.
Hello, thank you, Councilmember Park, for having us. Dave Cano for your just having TCLA here. The Trans Chorus of Los Angeles is the nation's premier chorus made up of trans men, trans women, gender nonconforming, gender non-binary
Is that Doc
individuals.
Brown? It could
we
be.
are proud Angelinos. We
Good
are
old Doc
proud
Brown.
Americans, and we are happy to be here today.
Oh, don't be playing. Come on, no copywritten shit. What is this? I gotta hear it though. It's almost worth the strike. It's almost worth the strike.
Voices crying out, we are one. If you're really watching, you'll find a way to see.
Stop it.
There's no difference between you and me.
I may not walk a mile in your shoes. Put your hands together. But if we go the distance together, we can prove when you look in your heart and find love, you are victorious. We love to be who we are. 'Cause love is victorious. Every voice is your voice. And love is victorious. We all have a choice to love. We are victorious.
Bro, this shit's number 2 on iTunes right now. What are you even talking about? Number 2 on iTunes, and after this shit, gonna be number 1. Oh, we needed him. Bro, look at that baritone he is. What was his part all about? He's the only one that can sing. He's the only real singer. He can sing. The rest of them? I don't know. Because I guarantee if you took him out of the mix right now, this dude in the white, bro, it'd be rough. 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 Where are the topless dancers? I don't know. They might have bottomless dancers.
And find love. You are victorious. We need love.
Oh, look at Mr. Herman back there. Look at him. Look at him with the foot going like that. Look at him. Look at Mr. Herman. With his swastika on. Like, what an asshole. Like, how does he just even do it with a straight face? Like, how does he do it? He's just crazy, dude. He's cuckoo. I mean, what do they think when they're trying to seriously sing and 10 feet out into the crowd, there's Mr. Herman with a swastika on, like, you know, with them. Like, what are you even thinking as you're trying to sing? You know what I mean? What are you even trying to what are you even thinking? What do you mean stop? I mean, I'm just being honest.
Turn my mic on.
Trish, I'm just being honest.
Okay, thank you, Abby. And
Oh, we got one more going. Holy shit. Here's another. Now we got a pianist coming in.
Love and pride. Since 2015, Trans Chorus of Los Angeles, TCLA, has made an impact in the choral world by using their unique voices to be visible, bold, and proud as the premier all-trans identified chorus in America. They celebrate diversity and acceptance in appearance
Show
and vocal
tunes now?
presentation so that others can feel the joy that we all share. Through their music, they bring awareness, understanding power, and victory for the trans community, awareness and visibility that is extraordinarily important.
So we're 39 minutes in and we still haven't got to work yet.
Of this heritage
39
is vital. Although currently the LA City Council lacks LGBTQ plus presentation, it doesn't mean that you don't have friends or allies, and it doesn't mean that you aren't alone. In the city of Los Angeles, we have queer leadership in spades in our city department, management, and staff. And I would like to take a moment to acknowledge some of our city's LGBTQ plus leaders. Kristen Crowley, our fire chief, Daniel Tariqa,
Mr. Crowley.
Boom, boom, boom. John Zabo, our city librarian, Vince Bertoni, general manager of city planning.
There's the flying
Senior lead
nuns.
officer Norma Perez, Sergeant Keith Ho, senior lead officer Kurt Madison.
Is it 9 to 5? Is he playing 9 to 5?
Council staff, and the many out and proud members of your city.
Swear that's
family
9 to
work
5.
9 to 5 and beyond.
I knew it.
To keep our
I
city
fucking
running.
knew it. Someone's got an ear.
City family, thank you so much for leading us and
Just a few notes.
of acceptance and equality. At this time, I would like to
Wait a
recognize
minute.
Councilmember
Wait a
Bob
minute.
Blumenfeld to
Which one of them
acknowledge
thinks
a
they're
member
Dolly
of
Parton?
Our city family and an integral member of Team Blumenfeld.
Well, thank you. You asked me to say a few words about. I have a number of folks who are LGBT on my staff, but one of our dear members, I did an adjourn in memory for
Working
the other
9 to
day,
5.
council, and yesterday we did a celebration of life at Van Nuys City Hall for Michael Owens, who was my district director and who was really a leader in the LGBTQ community. So I thank you for giving a special moment where we can recognize him and all of the staff that work with us who are LGBTQ, who make this institution diverse and strong and tolerant and accepting and thriving. So thank you, Ms. Park.
Thank you, Councilmember Blumenfeld, for those touching remarks. And we would like to dedicate this LGBT Heritage Month presentation to the memory and legacy of Michael Owens. So thank you for that. Today, we are also here to honor and acknowledge leaders in the LGBT community. So my friends, before I kick it over to Council Members Price and Soto Martinez to introduce their honorees, I'd like to introduce, on behalf of Council District 11, our first Pride Month honoree, Venice's Venice Pride.
Fucking
Joined
Mr.
me
Herman,
here.
dude. Oh, yeah.
Venice's first Pride celebration actually took place on June 3rd, 2016, in an effort
Karen
to protect
DeLeon.
a LGBTQ community at risk of extinction, frankly, due to the closing of a local safe space, Roosterfish. A year later, Venice Pride unveiled the iconic Venice Pride flag lifeguard tower on our gorgeous beach. In the fall of
Our
2017,
gorgeous beach. You mean the one you were
Venice
forced to
Pride
clean up?
announced amid
You mean the
much
one that the sheriff had to clean up and it's not even their area? You mean that beach? You mean that one? That's now cleaned up thanks to the county and not the city? You mean that one? That was a homeless fucking drug addict fucking open air drug market? Kids, nobody can go down there? Remember that? You think that Venice Beach?
Grassroots
Okay,
effort
just making
to
sure.
promote visibility and a renewed sense of community among West Side queer Angelinos has blossomed into a year-round organization with programming dedicated to saving lives through acceptance of diversity. So I would like to introduce our first honoree, which is Venice Pride, and I'm going to go ahead and have Danny Samko say a few words on behalf of Venice Pride. So I'm going to have you join me here.
Thank you. On behalf of the LGBTQ community in Venice, Venice Pride.
What about
our board,
IQA?
Sergio
Do they not
Perez,
matter anymore?
Rich
IQA
Tobin.
plus?
We wanna thank
They don't
the
matter
City
anymore
Council, the
to
City
you
of LA,
guys?
especially
Guess they don't.
Councilperson
They don't get a mention
Tracy
anyways.
Park for this celebration and honoring the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, who and the important work that they do for our community.
So those were the ones that were asked to not come to Dodger Stadium. Then the fallback happened, and then they were asked to come to Dodger Stadium, and now Dodgers are getting the shit for it. Got it.
Setting
Okay.
up our annual Pride event,
So
which
those
is free
are
to the
those
public.
folks.
It commemorates what Tracy spoke about, and also the
It's as
lighting
loud
of
as
the
it goes,
iconic
April.
Venice sign in rainbow colors, which is our kickoff.
I
to
know,
Pride
Anon.
Month.
I know. And it was taken by the
just
Nazis
wanna
and then
thank
kind of,
all of you for this
demonized.
honor,
I
and
get it.
invite everybody to come down to Venice
I've,
tonight. It is free.
read into what the
and
swastika
celebrate with
was
us
before
kickoff
the fascist movement.
of Pride Month. Thank you so much, and happy Pride!
Woo!
Danny, on behalf of Council District 11 and the entire city of Los Angeles, I wanted to thank and acknowledge Venice Pride for the incredible work you do on diversity and inclusion and celebrating love and pride on the West Side every day of the year. I'm proud to stand with you as a partner.
Make Edgar's great again.
we accept this on behalf of Venice Pride.
They're
Thank you
already
so much.
great, the Edgars. How do they, they're already great.
And with that, I would like
Make
to kick it
Edgar's
over
greater
to
again?
Councilmember Price to introduce his honoree.
Smoke.
Thank you. Good morning. Well, first of all, happy Pride Month. And a special thank you to Councilmember Park for your incredible leadership on this issue, making this presentation possible and giving us all an opportunity to celebrate the many accomplishments and the contributions of the LGBTQ plus community. So thank you, Councilmember.
See, he said LGBT
Well, we know the
plus
importance of
community.
visibility and providing
Why didn't the
safety.
guy that was a part of the community, remember that?
Proud to partner every year with my colleagues.
Maybe it's because every 2 weeks there's
Chris
another
Dawson
letter.
And Councilmember Heather Hutt.
They decide,
hosting
we
South
can't
LA
just sit
Pride.
down and figure out who
This is
matters,
gonna
then
take
we can
place again this
do our
year,
thing and then we're
Saturday,
done.
June 15th,
No.
at
We'll figure out as we go who matters.
Our next strategy is no stranger to
As
creating
new
spaces
people
that are
pop
safe
up, new
and accessible
genders,
to
new
disenfranchised
things.
Communities like the one I serve. Most notably, they created an annual festival that outgrew Pershing Square and is now in Grand Park. I'm referring to DTLA Proud and their executive director, Edgar Oliver Alpucci. Oliver?
Alpucci? I like his last name, Alpucci. Alpucci.
DTLA is a proud nonprofit organization that strengthens and empowers the local LGBTQ plus and allied communities.
See, you
through
can't figure it
visibility,
out, but
volunteering,
still said it better than the other one
partnership, and events. Founded by a grassroots group of local
Yeah, that
residents,
jacket is terrible.
business owners, community leaders, and nightlife.
Is that
promoters.
houndstooth or whatever they call
DTLA
it?
Proud was born from the idea that together
Shit is
we
horrible.
can create an all-inclusive community that represents from the diverse LGBTQ plus community that lives and plays in the thriving heart of the city of LA. Their festival returns
Almost
annually,
fucked that
featuring
one
a
up.
diverse and fun lineup of local,
The
state,
Cosby look.
and federal talent, community booths, art installations, retail vendors, interactive exhibits, and much, much more. Under the leadership of their executive director, Oliver, and their resilient board of directors and volunteers, the festival has enabled DTLA Proud to open a community center. There you'll find an art gallery, queer marketplace, and community spaces focused on free co-working spaces, community-driven activities for
We
all,
get to
and of
work,
course, there's special
please.
programming. I'd like to yield the floor to the force behind this powerful movement and moment, and introduce Oliver Alpucci, Executive Director.
I do like his last name,
DTLA
though.
Live,
Can't lie,
And
Alpucci.
Proud.
Alpucci. Where's his signed basketball? I'm sure that's exactly why you came. It's like, yeah, where's the basketball? I thought I was getting
thank
one
you
too.
so much. I feel so honored. Thank you,
Where's my ball?
Councilman Price.
You mean you'd actually
DTLA
rather
Proud
watch a
was
police
formed
chase
in
than this?
Subdivision, and
Really?
There was a few local people who came together and made something amazing happen. We heard it really is a testament for the community and by the community, because even within our own community, we do have opportunity for representation and accessibility, and that's what DTLA Proud is all about. So if you ever feel like you can't make a difference, you can get involved, champion for what you believe in, and find the support, because it is out there and they're looking for you as well. So thank you so much for this.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't have a, what do you call it? This fool just snapping his fingers. Look at him. 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 Just snapping his
And thank you,
fingers.
Councilmember Price, and with that, I'd like
Just-
to kick it over to Councilmember Soto Martinez to
what he
introduce
was
his
doing.
honoree.
Thank you so much, and happy Pride Month to
Can't even
everyone
clap for
out
your own
here
folks?
and out there watching us on
Just
on
snap
streaming
for
and
'em?
television.
Okay.
And thank you so much, Councilmember Park, for putting this together, and the wonderful music from the Trans Chorus of Los Angeles. Always love to hear y'all sing. I am very happy to announce the honoree for
Oh, yeah,
C13.
Lonnie.
Now, this honoree has
Lonnie,
received a
you
lot
gotta
of
start
attention
slow,
recently, and it's because of the amazing
That'll be
amazing
too
work that
much
they
for
do.
you.
The sisters were founded 44 years ago in San Francisco, and throughout their radical queer activism, they promoted trans rights. They fought for the government to respond during the AIDS epidemic. They've advocated for sex positivity, safe spaces for queer youth. They stand for progressive political causes like the anti-war movement, fighting for gay marriage, working to make life better for the unhoused, and so much more. The sisters have devoted themselves to the community with service, ministry, and outreach, and to those on the edges in promoting human rights, respect for diversity, and spiritual enlightenment. The LA Sisters have been serving the LGBT plus community in Southern California for over 27 years now. And the work that they've done is done with great love, compassion for communities that they serve, Los Angeles, and including the entire Southern California region. I want to personally thank the sisters for all the work that they do to make the world so much joyful, better, and compassionate place. And so
White face.
And I would like to present them a certificate on behalf of the City of Los Angeles, and thank you for all the amazing work that you do. And if you have some words, happy to take them.
Just wondering how long it takes to do all that makeup and put all that crap on. Must take a while. It's a good hour's worth of work right there, just before you even leave.
Thank you, Councilmember Park, Councilmember Sotomayor, Council President, and Council members. I would like to first acknowledge our presence in the ancestral territory of the Tonka people. I would also like to remind us that we are in unceded land and we are all immigrants. We are your sisters and your brothers. We are community members.
Is he
I am
shaking?
Sister Luz Clarita, la mexicanita, y la más bonita.
Más
tell anyone
bonita.
else they're competitive. This is my sister Karen Saul.
Más bonita.
And my sister Carla Delight is going to say some words.
Carla Delight?
Thank you, council members. I'll read my speech. My name's Sister Harlot Delight. I'm your Los Angeles Sister of Perpetual Indulgence. We as an organization are volunteers. We as an organization of drag nuns service our LGBTQ plus communities here in Los Angeles and Southern California. We are not religious by nature, but hold a spiritual presence in our LGBTQ plus community. Our work is of dedication. We help those in need. We feed the hungry. We help local charities with our fundraising for their causes. Though our outward appearance of glitter, makeup, and color may people think differently, we as sisters take our work seriously. We are an order of drag nuns dedicated to the expiation of stigmatic guilt brought upon by a judgmental society. We use joy, love, and compassion to help others in need. I was raised here in Los Angeles. I am a resident here of Los Angeles. Los Angeles is my home. It is our home. This city taught me at an early age how to be brave, how to stand up for myself, because I was different. And I am still different. The city of Los Angeles is a melting pot of multicultural people with different spiritual beliefs, with creative people who make this city electrifying. The city of Los Angeles is home to many ethnic groups who work together to make the city come alive. When we work together, we as a city are stronger. It is together that we must stand in times of crisis. People from outside forces wish to penetrate our city of Los Angeles with misinformation, with division, and with hate. But we must not allow that, because we are better than that. Our strength as LGBTQ plus people comes from our adversity. Our strength as a city comes from our diversity. And it is our love and our joy and our ability to come together that will allow us to get to know one another and fight all this hate and bigotry that is coming for us. We must stand united as a city, as an example for all over the world that we can do better if we work together. Thank you.
Sister Más Bonita. I love that name. Can we get to work, like, for real? I just want to see what this guy has to say. He's so angry, just sitting there quietly stewing.
Thank you.
I wonder why he's there.
Councilmember Soto Martinez, and thank you to my colleagues and all of our honorees. Today we have the general manager from the Department of Cultural Affairs, Daniel Tarica.
And the CEO from Anheuser-Busch.
To unveil the LGBT Heritage Month booklet, a fantastic resource to connect you to the various events and programs that we'll be hosting all year long.
Smoke.
Thank you, Councilwoman Park. Thank you, and thank you for being the chair of the committee this year. We're very excited. I want to just take this opportunity
Put
to
the mic
say,
next
wish
to your
everybody
mouth,
a
bro.
Happy Pride, and say thank you to our mayor, to our council president, to our Los Angeles City Council for all of your support that you give to celebrate the creative artistry and important contributions for our LGBT community here in Los Angeles. And I also want to say thank you to our very talented performers. Thank you for sharing your beautiful artistry with us as well. In recognition of this important event and this important month,
Where's
the
Mr.
Department of
Herman? I know
Cultural
he's back
Affairs
there.
has been honored to produce the Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, and Transgender Heritage Cultural Guide and Calendar for nearly 2 decades. And this year, we continue the tradition by presenting the 2023 edition, celebrating the outstanding talent and work and accomplishments of all of our LGBT artists, performers, poets, writers, actors, designers, and creative professionals here in Los Angeles. It contains visual art and poetry from an amazing selection of established and emerging LGBT artists, as well as many events, activities, art exhibitions, and community events. This month is a celebration of identity, promoting self-expression and the right to live authentically, and helps combat homophobia, prejudice, and discrimination.
No,
by fostering
Marcy,
an
we're
understanding
57 minutes in and still no work done
calendar
yet.
uses a healing power of the
57
arts
minutes.
to provide information on the many opportunities that celebrate and appreciate the genius, folklore, artistry, and achievements of Angelinos from the LGBT community. This guide reflects the input of many collaborators, and I want to also express my appreciation for DCA's Heritage Month team, as well as to the members of the 2023 Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, and
up, Fletcher?
Transgender Heritage Month
Thank
Committee,
you.
as well as to the offices of the Controller and City Attorney.
Look at Mr. Herman.
So in addition,
Look at him
I
back
just
there.
also want to share that we work closely with the Heritage Month Committee and
Oh, look at him, dude. He's acting a fool already. He's going to get kicked out, dude. He's not going to be able to contain himself.
in the city's Bridge Gallery, connecting City Hall and City Hall.
All right, put it in the chat
If you
room
haven't
quick.
seen it yet, I hope you all have an opportunity.
Does Mr. Herman get kicked out before he's able to
Thank you again,
speak?
and congratulations to today's
Yes or no? Y or N?
and, wishing everybody a very
I say
memorable
yes.
LGBT
I don't think he can contain himself. He's going wild already back there. Yes, no. Yes, 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 sir. 100%. No. Yes, no, no. Yes, yes. Did they really roll a piano in and a pianist for that? Like, really? Did they roll him in and a fucking entire piano for this dude to come in and play, I don't know, 4 notes of 9 to 5 and then that?
To come and visit the incredible exhibit that we have curated.
What a
on
waste
the
of
City
time and
Hall
energy
Bridge.
and money. And
There are pride flags from
Oh,
over
boy.
the years, and you can read about the different histories.
I don't know, maybe he was playing the motherfucker like an hour before we got there,
Throughout the weekend,
entertaining everybody rolling in. Maybe that's what they were
is
doing
really
with it.
excited to stand with our LGBTQ plus communities. We look forward to seeing you tonight at Venice Pride. And before we wrap up with our final performance, which I'm sure is going to take our breath away, I'd like to turn the floor back over.
Take your breath away.
Thank you so much.
Boo,
Thank you.
boo, boo, boo.
This song is dedicated to what I just learned today.
Hold
was
on,
the
are we doing Top
horseshoe
Gun?
And all of Los Angeles.
Are we
as
doing
well.
Top Gun or what?
Tower, this is Ghost Rider requesting a flyby.
Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
Out of the ruins and rubble.
Hold on, guys. I gotta turn this down. This is definitely copywritten.
Out of the smoke. Out of our night of struggle.
What happened to the rest of the band? They didn't make the cut?
A ray of hope.
Look at Mr. Herman in the back. Every time they pop up to that, I want you to look up to the very top of the screen and see Mr. Herman and what he's doing. He's gonna get kicked out. There's just no way. There's just no way.
We can build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Are they trolling? No, this shit's real, bro. There's no troll right here.
A city of angels, and we can build a city for all.
Homeboy's laughing in the front. Look at him.
We may not see the ending.
You didn't want to get caught laughing.
But we can start slowly but truly mending.
Well, hold on, Allison. It's almost done. Don't die just yet. Fucking Mr. Herman, dude. Stacy's there. She's like right where I'm at. I'm like covering her. I can see her hat.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city, a city of angels, and we can.
Pimp, he's the guy that's wearing a swastika on his stomach, and a Turkish flag is wrapped around him. He's in the crowd. You'll probably hear him. He'll probably come up and talk.
It's all been killed. You can give up bitter and battered, or you can slowly start to build.
Do it, bro.
A beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city.
Yes,
city
we
of
can.
Angels, and finally.
Oh, you was a little off there, bro. You dropped it. No auto-tune in there.
A city for all.
Look at him flapping his wings in the back. Look at him flapping his wings with you can see him in the back, all the way in the back over there with the swastika. He's flapping his wings like he's flying. That's Mr. Herman.
Thank you, Abby. Thank you to all
Pretty
of
sure you
our
see the
honorees.
swastika on the
Thank
very
you,
top of
Councilmember
the screen up there.
Blumenfeld.
It's pretty hard to
Before you
miss.
close, Ms. Rodriguez is on the queue. If you-
Thank you so much.
Can we get to fucking work, please? Why do we gotta hear her again? She just fucking talked for 10 minutes.
And I just want to thank
Fuck.
you all for being here and helping us kick off Pride.
God
there are so
damn.
many events that are happening. You know, it's always been concentrated in terms of the celebration. It was in West Hollywood. It's been in Hollywood. I'm proud to say that it's continuing on in a legacy in the San Fernando Valley. It should be celebrated and making sure that we are reaching every part of the city of Los Angeles. So I want to invite you all to be part of our Pride events in the San Fernando Valley. I know it feels like, feels like a trek. It's not that far. But I would hope
Sit
that
down,
this
Roseanne. That's
council
right.
Going forward, recognizes the contributions and the
This is live in LA, Pimp Style. Just
part
wait.
of this city
We haven't even got to
celebrate
anything that you want to see,
honor the
Pimp.
work of our communities
Just wait,
across
Pimp.
the city of Los Angeles.
The good stuff's coming.
Granddaddy was a pimp. My great-great-great-granddaddy was a pimp. I'm talking about pimping since pimping since pimping since pimping. All the people in your family were assistant pimps. Had not been for the Lord, I wouldn't have not had another bitch come into my life. Not another bitch. Nobody say that now another like you say that now another.
Ms. Park to close.
All right. So with that,
I just can't hear her talk anymore. I'd rather hear that drop.
Holden for the
Fucking rather hear now nutter.
performances and Abby and Trans Choir for the incredible music and the joyful celebration. Thank you so much. Happy LGBT Heritage Month and happy Pride.
Oh, here we go.
Thank you.
All right. Hopefully this is it.
Thank
Hopefully
you,
we
Ms.
can
Park,
get to
putting
fucking
a
work now.
wonderful celebration together. Happy Pride Month, everyone. All right, that takes us now back to our items, and I believe we move to public comment now.
No. This
City
takes
Attorney,
us
if you
to
could,
work. We're working now.
Clerk, start
This
the
is
process.
called work.
Thank you. As indicated on the agenda, members of the public
Here we
wishing
go.
to offer public comment
Pimp
should
style.
call 669
Here we go.
254-5252.
Let's
go.
You want to call? Call in. There's the number.
8466,
You can
and
call
press
in.
pound.
No joke.
Then press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9
Thanks,
to
Willie.
request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press star 6 to unmute. Let me repeat, call 669.
You think it's a shit show? Call in and tell 'em it's a shit show.
5252 and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466.
It's true, SWAT. But
and
good luck
press
with that
pound.
one.
Then press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press star 6 to unmute. Thank you.
For the members of the public calling in or in the room, when it's your turn to speak,
Oh, the
please
mole's
state which of
back.
the agenda items you'd
Shout
like
out to the
speak
mole.
on. You have
Yes,
1
nice
minute
to
per
know
item
you.
to speak,
Meet
up
you.
to 3
Nice to
minutes
meet you,
total.
Mo.
And
Don't
if you
say
wish,
Mo.
1 minute for general
I said
public
Mo.
comment.
Stop.
Please speak to the items before beginning general public
My
comment.
Mo steak.
We'll tell you when your time's up. When speaking on the agenda items, you have to be on topic. Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can. If you're not on topic, or if we
It can't, Big
tell you
Rig.
you're
It's
on
fucking
topic,
flat.
you'll
It's
get
it's
one
uh
brief warning
it's on
from the
11.
president.
It's
At
what
that point,
more
you
than
really
10.
need to get
It's
immediately
on their side.
clearly on topic. If you don't, or you against or off topic, unfortunately, you'll forfeit your speaking time, and we'll move on to the next speaker. Today, all of the items are open for public comment. And for members of the public calling in, please keep in mind, as you were told, when it's your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will prompt you to press star 6 to unmute
Cheers, Tara.
yourself. If you don't do so, council staff will prompt you once more, usually by reading off the last 4 digits of your phone number. At that point, you really need to press star 6 right away, or we'll move on to
You
the next
really
speaker.
need to do that.
Finally, there is a brief time delay between the live meeting and the broadcast, so 2 things are important. First,
It's a different
when it's your
chick,
turn to
Jay.
Speak, please
Two different
turn down
ladies.
the volume of any other devices you're listening
One's
to,
scared,
like
one
Channel
isn't.
35 or YouTube. If you're listening on the multiple devices, it really causes a great deal of confusion. Secondly, while you're waiting for your turn to speak, please keep one ear to the phone. Don't just be listening on the other devices, because we want you to hear in real time.
Where are
when
the
it's your
drag
turn to press
rabbis?
star 6.
They're in Temple,
If you're
OG.
only listening, for example, on YouTube, you may not hear it right
Oy
away.
vey.
And press star 6 quickly enough, and you might get passed over. And with that, Mr. President, we
Do
are
I have any
ready to
Three
begin
Amigos
public
drops? I
comment in the
don't.
chamber.
I should have a plethora.
So we'll start with Adam Klein.
Do
if
you
could come
even know
forward,
what a
and then
plethora
I'll read
is?
2 additional names if you could
No,
just
El
give yourselves that
Guapo.
they're ready.
I'm not as
so we
smart
can
as
move quickly.
you.
Adam Klein, followed by G, followed by Herman Herman.
So that's, if I was going to have one, Mr. Herman's up first. They want to get him up and out of here, guys. Viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion is advised. Everyone, especially you new viewers, viewer discretion is advised. I don't condone
Mr.
anything
Herman,
this man
which items Did you
says.
sign up for today? Mr. Herman, which items had you signed up for?
Mr. Criminal Attorney, I wish to speak on all motherfucking items I signed up for the record and non-agenda public comments. Sir, please, thank you.
So you have 3 minutes for items 1
3
through 9, followed by a minute
minutes?
general. Please begin.
He has
sir.
4 minutes. Holy shit.
Regarding these abatements, you know, it's a goddamn shame that where is Krikorian, who has 2 abatements for over $10,000? You mean to tell me he's not going to waive? And not this fucking waive. I'm talking about waive all those extra additional surcharges against people who are just trying to make a living and continue to own their property. Now, on item number 4, I definitely support the family that you give them a receipt and waive all those conditions that you put against their goddamn property for $12,000, because that's fucking ridiculous, man. They already had a fence. You don't have to put up a second fence to build them on their property because some fucking hoodlums jump over the fence and fuck up their yard. Yeah, I'm talking about that. Is $12,000 ain't chump change and money don't fall off the motherfucking trees, Mr. Attorney.
That's it.
So you should do something about it, fool. You should. Now, whether you have a heart or a conscience, maybe that dumb chairman up there will waive those fees and maybe provide them with provisions to pay the initial fine without those other surcharges that you motherfucking criminals keep billing people on abatement and liens. For the record, asshole.
That's a Turkish flag, Model 3.
And what about the other items I signed? I signed up on all items. And the reason, because like I said for the record, it's unconstitutional that you, again, try to say to me, while I'm speaking, Mr. Attorney, are you paying attention, goddammit? Because this is about you. You, enforcement, sir, your violence and your criminal activity of threats, sir. Are you listening to me? Mr. Bloomfield, is he listening to me?
The reason he does
Because
it,
I'm really off motherfucking topic, and that goddamn attorney fool, former attorney fool, don't want to fucking pay attention to my motherfucking ass about all the items on the agenda. So you know what? I'm going to go to non-agenda public comment. May I please?
Proceed.
damn, he had so
Thank
much
you.
time left.
Brandenburg versus Ohio, 395 U.S. 444, 1969. Why the fuck is Mr. Fauble and that Chinese attorney allowing people to make statements about individuals?
He's got a dick on his back. He's got a
such
dick on his
as,
back. Look at
let's
the guy in the
bring
blue.
harm to Mr. Herman. Let's bring violence to Mr. Herman. Where's that fucking Armenian motherfucker? Where? And what about that Canoga asshole who says, oh, we need to get Mr. Herman out of these meetings. We need to suppress him
Sean.
and remove him from all public meetings. Well, you know what, motherfucker? Jennifer H. Copps gave me a right to return to City Hall, the judge from Long Beach. And that lady is intelligent because she allowed me to wear this sign under case TRO, Mr. Fauble, last prefix 0337 for the record. Fuck you.
Thank you, Mr. Herman.
Okay.
He was
next
quite
speaker would be
tame today.
Adam Klein
He was
or
quite
G
tame.
Or Mike Greenspan.
Quite tame. I got to
So,
tell
Mr.
you, that's a
Herman,
2 out of a
yes, the
10.
Sergeant will take your stuff. We need to take the next speaker.
And that's it. They tried to throw him out because he's wearing the swastika. He's
Klein,
wearing the
G,
Turkish
or
flag
Mike
because the
Greenspan,
president's
step forward.
Armenian. That's why he's doing
If
it.
you're not here, then,
You know,
okay.
but he sued, and again,
go
I guess he
forward.
tried to sue them, and they say, hey, you know, nothing you can do against the Brown Act, so they have to let him
Mr.
in.
Greenspan, what had you signed up for today?
This guy's
I've
a dick on
signed
his
up
back.
for 1 through 9 and general public comment.
Please, when he turns around,
Okay.
he's got a dick
Mike
on his back.
Greenspan, creator of the perfect slogan, unionize the synagogues. They can afford it. Yes, I got good news, folks. Gator Nation has just recognized Queer Nation. But you know what that means? We got to call y'all queers. And being from Florida, you know that law. Don't say gay. All right, DeSantis, queer. After all, we're recognizing you, unlike some senile guy from Pasadena named Tornick who keeps thinking we're Florida State. No wonder they voted him out of Fauble City. Well, you know, I'm going to. There's more I'd like to say, but I got a whole month to say it on item 9, and I'll talk later this month about a guy who let a queer suck his dick for cigarettes. Now, let's go down the list. Shame on MKKK, OSKKKER, and Yaroslavsky for that Indigov Corporation bringing scabs into Council District 5, especially MKKK, OSKKKER comes from a firefighter union family, and they're bringing in scabs to that district. Terrible on you. Shame, shame. Well, what other things do we need to talk about other than scabs in the Yaroslavsky district? Well, let's look at, District 9.
Stick to the items on the agenda.
Yes, the beautification. Mr. Blumenfield, if you could read. And in District 9, they're going to beautify it. That's a targeted district. Didn't you realize that? Nuri Martinez, Gil Cedillo, Kevin De Leon, they wanted to carve that district out for the wetbacks.
Oh.
So be sure when you do get beautification stuff there, you get Mexican flags, Mexican stuff, food filled with lard from God's garbage bin. After all, because they're going to gerrymander that district. And let's go beyond that, as I put my glasses on.
He didn't tell you he's putting his glasses on.
That was 6. Let's go to number 5, Council District 8. Boy, you're squeezing them. You see, when that leans for $34,223.52, they're going to squeeze the Schwarzes out, and they're going to bring the wetbacks in to gerrymander that district. That's how Nuri Martinez, Gil Cedillo, and Kevin De Leon operate, along with that union boss, Herrera.
Yes, Mad Trees.
After all, as my mom told me as a kid,
Freedom
it's
of
not
speech
what
in
you
here.
know, it's who you know. And I found out that the last couple meetings ago that Heather Hutt's mom was also a deputy. So it's not what you know, it's who you know. That's how you get the job.
It's true.
Now, I'm going to go to my general public comment, okay?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Shame on John Lee. We and the city of LA and the Association of Independent Cities, we have blessed sexual harassment because John Lee was a chief deputy for Mitchell Englander when we paid a $75,000 sexual harassment claim from an employee. He should not be on the board of directors of the Association of Independent Cities. I mean, an officer
Sachs, right there.
with dicks thought a skirt was going to be a convenient piece of pussy. So they must have said some things about, well, hey, I want some pussy. Are you going to give me some? They must have said something like that because it cost us $75,000 to settle that claim. Englander could afford it out of his pocket. He's filthy kike rich. He shouldn't get a $75,000 welfare check. Any of you folks, getting a $75,000 welfare check?
Look at his dick. Look at the dick on his back. Look at the dick on his back. He spray painted a dick on his back.
Was Stacy Segarra Bollinger or Arnold
It's not
Sachs?
cigar. It's cigar.
Hi, if you'd please remind us of the name you signed up under.
So
and
far,
the
it's been
council-
pretty
Are they-
good
council
today.
members back in because I asked. Adam Klein.
Okay.
I guess all.
Look at
Can you
Mr.
remind me
Sachs
again?
back
Sorry.
there.
Sure. So
Look at
all
him
of
walking
the
around.
Items are open for public comment today. So
He's
if you
all
want to
ready.
speak on
He's
the
steamed
items, you
up.
have
He
up to
can't
3
even sit
minutes.
down and contain
And
himself.
public comment still, right?
Yes. So
All right, cool.
3 minutes. Please begin with.
And I
items
was
one
late.
through
There's nothing for special later, right?
No.
Okay. You go ahead and start my time for the items. Items 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are lines on vacant properties. Why, in a housing emergency, are there so many fucking vacant homes? Why is it clearly financially advantageous to keep a property vacant and deal with whatever violations are going to come or not?
I don't see him, Jose.
Then fix it and rent it ASAP. Item number 6.
Doesn't mean he's not
this
there.
has more vague language that allows for, quote, any new instructions when we don't trust you at all to even put the money where you say you're going to put it. That's ridiculous. It also says agreements made by electronic, written, or oral means. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the benefit of the doubt. That doesn't mean anyone's getting a blowjob. It means you're going to just give it on word of mouth. That's ridiculous. These are adults in this room, and everything should be in writing. Are we not adults? Are we just like pinky promising our way through fucking city governance? Item number 7, more money to a corporate third party to do what? You know what the public fucking thinks. They come here and tell you. You just don't fucking
He is
listen.
Mushu. That's him.
Stop giving your friends our money. Every time you go buy a bagel, we paid for it. We don't need, for item number 8, excuse me. We don't need transitional housing. There are 2 to 3 homes and units vacant right now.
Ban bagels.
Let's use what we have. Item number 9, another $400 like it's nothing. Okay, I'm behind on rent. I have to debate whether or not I could buy a $5 bag of chips.
You're
And you
behind
guys are
on rent
throwing
'cause you're
$400
here
into the wind every
instead of
fucking
working
week
overtime.
to acknowledge people that you don't even represent. If you care so much about gay people,
Look at the
stop
dick. Look at
arresting
the dick.
and kicking out trans activists and gay people that come out and don't agree with you and speak out against the injustices and discrimination that you care so much about, apparently. I have 10 more seconds. Fuck everybody on these motions that decide it's okay to virtue signal and not do anything practical of use to the city and just take pictures and just pat yourselves on the back. You didn't even condemn the Dodgers for not bringing the sisters in. And they had to go back on that. Public comment.
Okay.
Realpage.com. Oh, thank you. You're starting it? Starting the public comment? Oh, thank you. Realpage.com, YieldStar software, was revealed last year to be algorithmically, I don't know what the word is, raising prices of rent across the country by double-digit percentage increases by the month. The executives of that company were bragging in a meeting, in a now-deleted video you can still find online, about how using their software, they can raise rent prices even more so than the current landlords are comfortable doing. And they felt fucking great about it. So when Nithya Raman, Ulysses, and everybody that pretends to be so fucking progressive talk so much about how they care about housing and everything, and they don't even mention things like that you guys should know better than us, because I didn't go to school for this shit. I'm not a professional. I'm a fucking laborer.
No
There's
shit.
way I know better than you. So you're malicious and complicit, okay? What about hostile architecture? What about the means of production, okay? I'm tired of being nice to y'all. Stop acting like you care about homeless people and putting spikes on benches. We're not fucking pigeons, okay, you fucking parasites.
Thank you. Next, Stacy Scarra Bollinger, followed by Arnold Sachs, followed
Yes!
by Candido.
Arnold Sachs coming up after Stacy Scott Bollinger. Let's get it. Let's fucking get it.
Which items did you?
Let's get a
select
song.
for today?
He's right there. He's gonna sing to her. Him.
Items.
He's 10 feet away. You know he's gonna sing to her, or she's gonna sing to him.
All items in general public comment.
Okay, so please begin.
So we have several items on the motion today that are liens to recoup funds that were spent by the city to secure vacant properties that have attracted blight. My council member Nithya Raman's not here today. This is the second Friday in a row she's not here, but once in a conversation, she looked me in the eye and said, there's a housing shortage, there's no funding for public housing. But we have all of these liens on vacant properties, and these damages aren't punitive. They're just recouping what is spent. This is how the law deals with the owning class, with property owners. You get lots of time, you get lots of notices, and when all is said and done, all you ever have to pay back is whatever was paid ahead of you. When someone steals from a store, that's not how it goes for them. They don't just have to return what they took. They have to be punished. But for some reason, we're never punishing landowners who hoard property, allow blight to be attracted to the point that the city has to step in and secure those properties.
So
Number
allow the
7
poor to
is
steal.
a contract for a private software firm, so that the government can outsource the applications on your phone and the websites that you navigate for government information and services. I don't understand why we don't have these things integrated into our public systems. We can just as easily hire developers and IT and pay them decent wage. I'm noticing that the city tends to outsource to private companies. We don't even own our representatives' local office buildings. They bounce around between leases. So
they don't
no
have to pay
wonder
property
we're
tax,
always
idiot.
strapped for a budget because we spend
And
all of our money
plunk down
contracting out
millions
to
for
private
the
agencies.
property.
And as a city, we have no equity in anything. We should be
And
able
again,
to do this ourselves. We should.
as a corporation, if you rent it, you get a tax deduction. Stupid.
Who knows people who are profiting off of this contract that they're getting? That's also information we need.
She doesn't understand how shit
Item
works.
9 is $400 for some lights and celebrations. This virtue signal honestly was quite disgusting. As a queer, gender fluid, non-binary individual, none of you represent me. Hate crimes are at their highest in Los Angeles in 20 years, and transgender people are the highest target of hate crimes in the city of Los Angeles. But we haven't had a council file or a provision to define what a hate crime against a trans person is. We haven't defined what transphobia is on a city level, but they experience violent hate crimes more than any other minority group that we have acknowledged in these chambers. I'll move on to general public comment. I'll also mention for the record that we do not have 10 members here for quorum, unless I'm really bad at counting. 3, 6, 7, 8. Nope, not 10 members. We don't have a quorum, so.
Here we go.
The people of LA have cried out that your continuing presence worsens our pain.
She's a part of the choir, by the way.
Interferes with our ability to repair. I bet you wish you could turn back time and shut your mouth at that meeting, but it's too late now. Just resign, Kevin. Kevin, it's time to
Sitting right there on that first bench.
Resign.
She's singing right to him.
Resign.
He's on his
I know you
phone.
hear me, Kevin.
He's on his phone.
Kevin, it's time to resign. This
Look
is
at
for
that.
Krikorian too, but he's not even in the goddamn room.
what
Could
I-
someone call for quorum, please? Marquise, you're looking right at me. Call for quorum, then they have to do a roll call. There's not 10 of you here.
Guys, let me just post. I just want to pause it there for 1 second. Yeah, she's a fucking fool. She doesn't understand how it works. Why would you plunk down millions for properties and then have to pay property taxes and the maintenance and everything when you can just rent them as a corporation and not pay property taxes, not plunk down millions, and then use the rent, right? I have to pay rent for my place of being, my place of business. That's a deduction. That's how it works. Stacy Cigar Bollinger.
Next is Arnold Sachs.
Here we
followed
go,
by
Arnold
Candido,
Sachs.
Followed by Judge. Please
That's
don't
okay,
yell
Mr.
out.
Morris. Come on up.
Uh-oh. Somebody's yelling.
Followed by Judge Deborah Truthbay.
Hi, what did you sign up for today?
Good morning.
Wait, I thought Arnold Sachs was next.
Beautification issue.
50 guns.
Public comment.
Very good.
50 guns is here, guys.
The floor is yours.
Thank you. I'm in support of any beautification project or funding, whichever district it is. But my question is, why is it that we still have the same issue? My Councilman Lee, has done a great job in trying to keep our district intact, but you know, it's always this issue of jurisdiction.
Yeah,
What does
just all
the
write-offs,
city and the
tax
county have in
deductions.
common? The name Los Angeles. When in the hell are you folks going to get that done and finally, you know how much time is wasted when we don't know who has jurisdiction? So please, I hope that we can work that issue out and really take back our neighborhoods, because we're not going to give up our neighborhoods. I hope and pray that we all, those of us who have worked to achieve ownership of a home and to just have something that we don't surrender. We don't surrender, and like a lot of great people in this country in the past, you know, we're not going to give up. We don't give up. We fight. So let's save our city. And as one lady said, she said, it's messy, but it's a great city. Public comment.
Sure.
You know,
Matt,
I've been,
he's not there.
Funding a group of nuns in Pueblo, Colorado, 6 of them. And when I see what they did, one of them is 96 years old. And just recently, I got to know the LGBT community. And it was amazing what they were doing. I was so impressed. But then when I hear these ladies who call themselves nuns make fun of my God, my Jesus, my Virgin Mary, and I'm supposed to just sit here and take that when you want my respect, and you do that to my father, my mother, and you want me to give you respect? How do I give you respect? You earn respect. You don't slap me in the face. If you would have said that to my mother, my real mother, I'd be in hell and in prison. But don't ask me to love you, and I do. I think they're one. I really care about them, but I can't sit here and let them spit on me.
The wrath of God will strike you down.
Arnold Sachs, followed by Judge Deborah.
Let's see
Truthbay,
Arnold
followed
fucking
by,
Sachs. Let's get him in here. We ain't
Veronica
seen him in a bit.
Canoga Park.
What the fuck, man? You keep saying Arnold Sachs, and we know he's there, and we don't fucking see him.
Go ahead.
It's not Arnold Sachs.
Good morning, council members. The incident at the San Clemente Pier proves that we live in a very violent society. It's a terrible thing that respectful Marines were injured by young teens. What's going on in this world? This is terrible that the servicemen were attacked by angry teens for no apparent reason. I hope that we can learn from this and become aware that nonviolence is the answer to peace, not hatred. There should never be violence at City Hall, never.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for that.
Arnold Sachs, Judge Deborah Truthbay.
Thanks for that.
Flores.
We wouldn't have done it. How we got across.
Mr. Sachs,
Oh, here he
which item
is.
Did you signed up for today?
Look at him with all his glory.
Good morning, Mr. City Attorney. I signed up for all the items on the agenda.
All this crap.
Plus public comment.
Go ahead.
So where should I start? With these MICLA, not the MICLA, with these REAP programs, you're not offering, there's no due process anymore. So can people actually get an extension from a court before they have a hearing? Are they able to go to a courthouse and ask the judge for an extension so they can get some legal representation so that they don't get thrown out of their apartments? If there's no more due process, then how the fuck do they get an extension? How can they ask the judge for an extension for a REAP program? Then they used to have REAP hearings didn't they have somebody here for the REAP program that would have a hearing? That they could have a lawyer present for them? But they can't do that. These are mostly low-income families. The minimum wage in the the federal minimum wage is still $7.25. Mr. Price, how do you expect to get $30 for the airport workers when the minimum wage is $7.25? The fuck are you doing?
What are you doing?
AB 1290 funds. Shouldn't they go into the district instead of to the city council seat? And what about Quimby fees? There are no more park fees anymore? Somebody was talking about building a better Los Angeles. It's a shithole. Have you been around and seen all the homeless people and all the trash and all the graffiti? I guess not.
I didn't, Lonnie.
We need to
check
effectuate
my messages.
a better program here. Nobody seems to care. And I thought LA was all about LA Care. I thought that was the big movement, but it turns out to be a bowel movement. What the fuck is going on? What is up with Metro? Why is it so fucked up?
It's a bowel
We need to
movement.
get involved with the programs Learned and Orchard. You know what they are? Does anybody know what that's about?
So, could you? I think you're off the items. Could you please get back on them, Mr. Sachs?
Oh yeah, LBGTQ. What happened to the Q for the LBGT? What happened to the Q? And what about Meta World Piss? I didn't see Meta World Piss here. Why did you not invite Meta World Piss?
Meta World Piss.
Isn't she a LBGTQ member? And what about the plus? What's going on? You're shorting yourselves. And I mean shorting yourselves.
He sees it.
And what about a benign Khalif? I heard there was going to be a benign Khalif. What does that mean? No more normal. No more drugs. Aren't they anti-drug in some of these Middle Eastern countries? Don't they cut off people's hands if they're caught smuggling drugs?
Yes.
This is the capital of drugs in America,
We're
right
going to
here.
General, Mr. Sachs.
Oh, public comment. Too bad Mr. Price, Mr. Harris Dawson isn't here. He mentioned HHA funds. They used HHH funds for the building at the corner of Grand and First Street to build that related cause. What happened to that building? I have some magazine covers. This is that building right there. Penthouse Suites at Conrad at Los Angeles. With an A. But the restaurant out there is not spelled with an A. It's an inverted V. What's going on with these letters? Why are there so few A's anymore? La Plaza has no A's in it. What the fuck is going on with that? Doesn't anybody look? Doesn't anybody care? And Mr. Price, what about the two buildings across the street from Staples Center? Why don't you get your ass in gear and get them finished? Don't you know who's building those? They've been under construction for over 8 years. They're still fucked up.
God, I fucking love him. He's my fucking favorite, bro. He's my fucking favorite, bro. That's why I was so bummed when he wasn't around, bro. Dude is my favorite, bro. He's just that passive aggressive, fun, but still kind of knows what's going on. Here, take my pictures of the buildings that you know. There's no fucking A's on them. They're inverted V's. Doesn't anybody care about the fucking A's anymore? The fuck's going on?
You heard your name called, please
Fucking
come to the
love
side
when his
so we
big
can
backpack
quickly.
filled with shit that he doesn't even need.
Hi, Mr.
killing
Three
his
items
back,
that you signed up for?
carrying a bunch of useless crap.
Available items and public comment.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items, followed by a minute for general. Please begin.
All right, starting with agenda number 6, Price and Hut, relative for funding continuous beautification services in District 9, $200,000. What type of beautification are we really having? 6200 South Broadway used
Alta
to be a
Vista?
workforce center for the distressed families in that area. You bulldozed it over, you gave it to J.J. Ortiz, and now it's just a landmass where they sell tacos all day, every day. Where's the workforce center in that area, Mr. Price? We're not even going to go with the Vision Theater in District 10, so I'm just going to leave that at that, since the money is funny in these areas. Number 7, Yaroslavsky and McCosker. You need to hire Indigov, a third party, in order to build trust and engagement. You can't just go into your area that you're elected to and just talk to the people. That's how you build trust. You don't sit behind white supremacy and then honor Shannon Murray for 10 years who disrespected black families from Watts. Shannon Murray, you gave her an award. She's a known white supremacist. How dare you? And then you want to honor the Croatians. So I have to read this before I continue, sir. You can include it into my public comment, but I got 136. All city council, county supervisors, all governance, local, state, and federal, to cease and desist from proclaiming, presenting, mentioning anything concerning your black constituents. That includes Juneteenth that's coming up. Because you fail to even recognize that, even though you're getting a day off on my back, on my ancestors' back. So when you call us the N-word, and it's allowable, as you said, because it's free speech, Krikorian, that's anti-Semitism. Because we are the real Jews. I know you didn't want to hear that today, but I'm going to let you and Yaroslavsky know. I want your daughter,
Okay,
Yael.
We'll take you to
Right?
general.
Yael. No, I can continue. Yael. And your mother, Barbara. Do they know that you sit there and don't even listen to public comment while you have to sit here, talk about your family? We had to listen to you for 10 minutes? Ma'am, don't ever come on this podium when you can't even sit there. Today you're sitting, and I thank you for listening. But try to implement the changes needed for black constituents. Please do not mention dashikis or kente cloth and thinking that you're helping us. Reparations is what we ask for. Yeah? De Leon hasn't done anything that you're not doing openly to black women. We don't have equity. We applied for $75,000 for homeless and outreach and engagement in District 8. We were given a shaft. Why you want to honor and have the audacity to mention Deborah or any biblical things here? Why you treating black people like a drive-by, like a footnote?
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Dr.
Don't do us any favors for Juneteenth. You haven't warned.
Next
today.
speaker is Ricardo Omar Flores, followed by Adam
Like I asked,
Satterfield,
really quickly,
followed by
there was plenty of free blacks that owned slaves. There was blacks that owned slaves that were black. Okay? Do those free blacks give do the descendants of those free blacks give reparations to? Pay for reparations?
Annabella Sam. If anybody of those names is here,
Or is it
please
just
come
the white
forward.
slave owners? I just need to ask.
Hi, Speaker. So if you please
Just
remind
wondering.
us of the name you signed up under and what you want to speak on.
My name is Ricardo Flores, signed under the 21-0160 and 19-016-S155.
Okay, so you've got 2 minutes. Please go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, the natives aren't asking.
1 second.
It's
Okay,
like the
thank
Jews
you.
aren't asking. They were slaves to the
I
Israelites.
would like a
to the
receipt
Israel.
of remedy
to the
of the
Egyptians. rather,
conditions.
sorry.
For the record, my case number is 21-0160.
Africa owes them reparations. Could be.
S4
The Dutch, possibly.
CD2, and the other case number is 19-0160.
Well, we're just focused, guys. Don't think about everybody else. Just focus on what I asked.
would like for the compound interest to be waived. I am willing to pay for
What's up,
the
Nico?
initial fine and any back old
Talvish,
taxes.
thank you for the dono.
I would like 2 months to a 2-month window to pay for the
That doesn't matter, Amy.
the pending and the
stop giving
previous
them
balance
facts.
and to clear the debt. And I don't want any compound interest added. And again, a receipt of remedy for the conditions.
No, I get it, Betty. You're absolutely
And
right.
If this court
Cortland,
could,
thank you so much for the bets.
Order the removal of the abatement order on the property. Thank you. That's it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, that's true, Day. That's why I think a lot of people are puppets. They don't
Next
understand.
speaker
They're
is
only
Adam
taught.
Sattenfield,
They
followed by
only know what they
Annabelle
were
Sam,
taught.
followed by Angel Diaz.
They weren't lied to. They were just misled in a sense. They weren't told all the facts. So they've shaped their opinion on not half truths,
Hi,
just
I'm
knowing
Adam
half
Sappenfield.
of what
I'm
went
the
on.
president's son.
That's Biden's son.
I'm speaking up for my family who was murdered by the sheriff of Riverside County today. Chad Bianco did this, and after doing so, Chad attempted to extort me before allowing me to bury my dead loved one. After refusing to cooperate with his extortion, he has now also refused to carry out the final wishes of those lost, taking his extortion attempts even further. After again refusing to cooperate, he made attempts to take my life and caused my wife and I to leave the county. Chad Bianco is still now attempting to extort me and has my online work accounts in deliberate debt bondage while also making daily attempts to create problems and danger for my wife and I. I've currently no way to obtain sustainable life due to Chad Bianco's interference. Law enforcement is daily being made aware of these crimes. We are eager for a resolution. For information or contact, please email me at riversidecorrupt@gmail.com. Thank you.
Thank you.
Somebody
Thank you.
email him, please. Yeah, he sounds like a Biden to me.
Angel Diaz and Mary.
Sounds like a Biden to me. That sounds legit.
Hello.
Necesito intérprete, por favor.
Sí.
Smoke. Muy buenos días, representantes de California. Mi nombre es Anabela
Somebody
Sam.
send him a dick pic.
Soy miembro de East Side Leads y vivo en el este de Los Ángeles.
Hi, good morning, council members and California representatives. My name is Anabela Sam. I live in the east side of Los Angeles.
Estoy aquí porque pido a los líderes representantes de California de que nos ayuden a nosotros los inquilinos. Es hora.
I'm here to ask for the reps and leaders in California to help the tenants. It's time
Is
to
his arm
lead us.
heavy yet? Oh, yeah, it is. He had to put it down. It's like, yeah,
Es
my
hora de
my
que
shit's getting
nuestros
heavy.
representantes hagan algo. Yo he sido desalojada ilegalmente de mi propiedad.
It's time for our representatives to do something. I've been kicked out of my property illegally.
Nuestras familias merecemos viviendas dignas y habitables.
Our family deserves dignified homes, habitable homes.
Por eso les pido que no necesitamos refuerzos y cumplir las leyes que ya existen. Necesitamos representantes legales para todos los inquilinos.
I would ask that you enforce the existing laws and that you provide legal assistance, legal aid for all tenants in Los Angeles.
Yo fui amenazada de muerte y tuve que dejar mi vivienda inmediatamente y no hicieron nada legalmente porque no tuve ayuda legal.
My life was even threatened to leave the premises, to be evicted, and nobody did anything because I never had any legal assistance.
Necesitamos, nuevamente les
I
pido
like the
de
kid
favor,
trying to pick her fucking nose.
necesitamos refuerzos de las leyes que ya existen.
I ask you, please, we need you to enforce these existing laws and ordinances.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Gracias, señor.
Little kid the whole time playing
Angel
with her.
Diaz, Brandon Smith, Mary Jacobs.
Get his number. Call him later, Katie.
Hi.
Intérprete, por favor.
Interpreter, please. Sí, señor.
Continúa.
Buenos días a todos. Mi nombre es Ángel. Soy miembro de Eastside Lease. Tengo 14 años viviendo en mi domicilio. Me preocupa la estabilidad de mi
Hi.
vivienda.
Good morning to all. My name is Angel. I am a member of Eastside Leeds. I've been living 14 years in this district, and my home worries me now.
Estoy experimentando en este momento acoso extremo por parte de mi propietario.
Because I've been experiencing extreme harassment on behalf of the landlord.
Sé que actualmente existe una política que supuestamente protege a los inquilinos.
I know there's a policy or an ordinance that protects tenants supposedly
contra este tipo de trato, este tipo de abuso.
against this type of treatment or abuse.
Pero en realidad no se está implementando esta ley, esta protección.
But really this protection is not being implemented.
Y los propietarios se están aprovechando y creen que es justificado lo que están haciendo.
Landlords take advantage and they believe that what
The
they
link
do
to
is
what, Joe?
justified.
Los inquilinos somos personas de bajos recursos, ingresos que pagamos menos el alquiler en el mercado.
But tenants are low-income people. We pay low rent in the market.
Y de eso se están aprovechando los propietarios para hostigarnos.
So owners take advantage of this and harass us.
Esto es inaceptable. Toda persona independiente de sus ingresos, estado migratorio.
And this is unacceptable for all people independent of their income or immigration status.
Capacidad lingüística, raza o
Lonnie, whatever you want to do.
Or language capacity or race or ethnic.
To me, it's just a
ethnicity.
number, really.
Merece una vivienda digna.
Everyone deserves dignified living.
Gracias.
Sí, señor, gracias.
Muchas
Depends on
gracias,
what you
señor.
like to do.
Next,
But whatever you do,
Brandon Smith,
turn it up
Chonza
2, 3, 4 notches. That's what I say.
Cynthia Gonzalez.
Hi, if you'd please remind us of the name you signed up under and what you want to speak on.
Good morning, council members. Thank you for your time. My name is Brandon Smith, and I'm a longtime resident of the area, now part of CD5. I live in a rent-stabilized building, and I'm here on behalf of my fellow tenants. I need to address a problem with the LA Housing Department. Over the past few years, the tenants have sought help from the LA Housing Department multiple times. LAHD has failed to take action. Right now, our landlord is planning to seize nearly 1/3 of my neighbor's 2-bedroom apartment in order to re-rent their space at market rate. To our surprise, LAHD approved the plan. Last year, the owner replaced stoves with hot plates in the building's studio apartments in the guise of renovations, all with LAHD's blessing. When the tenants complained, LAHD awarded them small rent reductions, which the landlord refused to honor in writing. LAHD then declined to refer the issue to the city attorney. In the neighboring building, the owner has kept 6 out of 8 units off the market since before the pandemic. A tenant there informed LAHD of illegal unit conversions. LAHD chastised the tenant for disregarding the owner's constitutional right to privacy. The owner now has begun renting
That
those
sounds
units
fun,
on a
Lonnie.
short-term basis.
Thanks, Speaker. Sorry, unfortunately, time's expired.
And then you know what you do? You go to Fremont and do the zip
Chonza
line.
Abels, Cynthia Gonzalez, Daniel Gus.
That'd be fun. Zip line. It's not dangerous. Not gonna fall.
Your name has been called. Please come forward.
Hi, if you'd remind us of the name you signed
And
up
go
under
gamble.
and what you want to speak
Be
on,
fun.
please.
My name is Mary Jacobs, and I'm speaking general comment as well as responses to the people that are having liens on their property because of building and safety violations.
Okay.
Okay. If you read the article on May 17 by Liam Dillon, Dillon, in Los Angeles Times, I was featured, as well as about 5 or 6 other people that have lost their properties because of Mark Adams, who has a California receivership group. He is a very greedy and heartless receiver. And I can't believe that all the money that we taxpayers are giving to help the homeless is going to the hands of the person who literally turned me into a homeless person. I had $550,000 completely gone. He kept it, and I got $8,000 by the time I paid for my attorneys in a receivership. And for the SROs to be under a receivership by somebody of that caliber of morals is enough to make me think Karen Bass should be deposed. Karen Bass needs to do her homework and find out that Mark Adams is probably the easiest way to lose billions of dollars of homeless funds. Now, I call what he did going along with the Jim Crow codes. Ironically, I had 30 years of having a place that was not code compliant. Just like those people that are getting their liens. I couldn't afford to fix anything because I was letting homeless people live in my house. Instead of using the $17 million allotted to housing repair or going to try to get Habitat for Humanity, they hire a man who literally kicked me out and the 17 people that I was housing, and we were all left in the street. My husband died because he was forced into a nursing home. I was living at the Union Rescue Mission, and I'm now a Skid Row member after being a landlady. I went from being a landlady to being a drug addict. I don't know. That's what they said. Oh, I take meth once a week. The point of it is this insanity has to stop. You can't be giving money to people that are known to be bad. He's lost cases. The Federal Bureau of Investigation is investigating him and Lou Laurenti for murder and one for just fraud. And he's lost lawsuits. He must be fired. He must be either replaced or, better yet, give all those properties in SROs to the charities that actually help people, like the Union Rescue Mission, LA Mission, the Midnight Mission, all those places that know the need. They're not going to waste money, 17 people to hire a person to fix the plumbing. He has 17 staff workers for every problem. That money could go to pay the people that are living there to get a job. Get Habitat for Humanity to come over and take over and get rid of Mark Adams. I beg of you. We've spent too much money and too much time worrying about homeless people to give the money to a thief.
And she only smokes meth twice a week.
I'm smoking ice, baby.
Cynthia Gonzalez, Emmanuel
Aaron Carmack.
Matamora.
Aaron Carmack from Arkansas. Thank you so much for the dono. I appreciate you, Aaron.
Please remind us.
Hopefully you'll join us tonight at 8 p.m. for the real fun.
Public comment.
Okay, please go ahead.
Thank
So
you, Aaron.
I'm a tenant organizer in Boyle Heights with Eastside Leads and Keep LA House. And since the pandemic, we have connected with a high volume of tenants experiencing intense harassment from their landlords with no accountability taking place. Tenant harassment has been a key issue and a leading cause of displacement that LA City Council should not ignore. I've connected with tenants who have been assaulted and forced to live in the streets with their family, tenants who have even received verbal death threats, like you heard, if they don't self-evict because the landlord doesn't want to rent to them anymore. I know multiple tenants who are currently living with their utilities shut off by their landlords, and there are multiple apartment buildings with years of unaddressed pest infestations and blatant neglect from landlords. And so I'm going to switch this because, Monica, I'm a little bit shocked to hear you earlier to speak in defense of Latina women and undocumented communities when those groups are the ones being negatively impacted by you voting in opposition of tenant protections. If you really represent us, then align your politics for stronger tenant protections for us. Support tenants from landlord violations.
Thank you.
Where you at?
Oh, drop the bomb on her, Billy.
Emmanuel
Yeah, that last meth smoker was awesome.
I've been up 3-4 days in a row. To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Ran out of power and so I'm lighting up candles.
Please remind us of the name you signed up under and what you want to speak on.
Shout out to Blind Fairy.
Hi, good morning. My name is Chansa Abels, and I'm here in regards of number 4.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay, and it's about the lien for not complying. And I just want to say that I was compliant. On September of 2021, my house caught fire. It was a rental property for Section 8, rented out to a veteran. And the house caught on fire, but it left the garage standing. In January of 2022, we had a construction fence put up at 8 feet to 10 feet high, 110 feet long. And it stayed there until December of 2022. What we had complied with was there's a problem with the garage because it was still standing, and people with drug use were breaking in.
I think 4, fair lady. Not really counting the rounds,
Speak with
just
the,
hitting them.
staff member
Just.
from
Yes,
District
may I
8.
please?
May I
I believe someone
please?
may join you on the side.
Oh,
No,
thank you.
you better
Okay.
take your
Emmanuel
ass
Matamoros.
on.
And
No,
after
they
that,
haven't done
Armenian, I
mark
assume
the,
Ms. Berman,
calls
she's
yet.
Signing up again, and then Heidi
Caller,
Gonzalez,
we haven't heard from you yet.
Kimberly Alvarado.
Hopefully, Mr. Harlan calls in. Donald Harlan.
Hi, speaker.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Emmanuel Matamoros.
Okay.
I just signed up for general public comment.
Please go ahead. The floor is yours, sir.
So my name is Emmanuel, like I mentioned. I live in District 14. Throughout my time there that I've been living, it has been 18, 19 years now, in which throughout my family living there as well, there's been a lot of promises made. And even now, growing into becoming a tenant organizer, there's still a lot of promises being made by people in power. I thought that the tenant anti-harassment ordinance was going to be something that solved one of my family's issues in terms of reparations and harassment from their own landlord.
Reparations?
Yeah. Throughout my whole life, I've really heard the phrase, if you don't like it, you can go. And that's something that I still continue to hear from landlords even moving forward. So please reinforce, your laws, have they have purpose and be effective. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He laughed at me.
Heidi Gonzalez, Kimberly Alvarado, Pamela Augustin, and Pepe.
And
Pepe?
also, Mr. Klein, would you please sit down and stop waving the sign? I'm sure whoever you are in the black jacket that just spoke, please sit down. I'm sure you're disrupting the people behind you. Thank you. Hi, speaker. If you please
I think that's
remind
the
us of the
fist.
name you signed up under and what you'd like to
Homie
speak
with the
on.
raised fist. Yeah, that's
Public
sign up.
comment.
Okay, please go ahead.
My name is Heidi Gonzalez. I'm a tenant in Los Angeles. I'm here today as a tenant advocate. I know there is an anti-harassment policy currently in place that is supposed to protect tenants against this kind of treatment. But in reality, there is very little being done. We have this policy, but it's not being enforced. I have 3 families that have were physical assaulted by their landlord, including a 9-month pregnant who is currently sleeping in her car. Price, 3 of these families live in your district. We have been trying to contact you and we have not heard back from you. I'm a single mom. I suffer severe harassment from my landlord. He removed the doors, he shut off the water, gas and electricity. He threatened me with deportation. He called a social worker to take away my daughter. Last, his people threatened me to kill me, cut me in pieces, and burn me. I called LAPD.
What?
There was no report taken. I had a video. So please enforce and protect us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who the fuck is your, who's your landlord, El
Please
Chapo?
don't shout out from the audience.
I ain't never heard nobody
Last
talking
warning.
about landlords talking about
Pamela
cutting you up
Augustin, Pepe,
into pieces.
last name Dick.
Come on, man. They know better than that. They can get their ass
Hello,
sued up.
I signed up for general comment.
Okay. And could you remind us of the name you signed up?
Only some cartel landlord. Yeah,
Thank you.
right?
My name is
That's what I'm
Kimberly.
saying.
I'm an organizer
Jay?
with Eastside Leads along
cartel
here with
members
the
do
rest
that
of my
shit.
coalition. We are here today to, before I get started, I hope that you guys give us the same patience you're giving these cis white men in order to make public comment. I know they're taking up a lot of our time and saying a bunch of homophobic, racist slurs. So please, next time we're here, give us also the patience and time to make the comments that we need to make because they're very important. As you heard, there has been many tenants that have been going through harassment during, after, and before the pandemic. And we need to ensure that we enforce Tahoe in the city and the county. So please, we are demanding, we're not gonna be here and ask for scraps. We are here demanding that you enforce Tahoe and straighten these protections for tenants that so urgently and badly need them. As you see, there has been verbal, physical harassment towards a lot of these tenants in all of your districts. And one last thing, Kevin DeLeon, I don't know why you're still here. I live in your district.
Thank you.
Thank you. We don't care about what you got to
Thank
say.
you very much. Pamela Gustin.
They
Pepe,
muted her right when she was
Mr.
about to
Dick,
talk about the racist.
And Sophia Garcia.
Why does she have the kid there, Callie? I mean, I don't think they have a babysitter, you know,
Hi, my
nobody
name
to
is
watch
Louis
the
Pepe,
kid.
and I'm a resident of Council District 10. I just want to give a
bring
general
the kid
public
with
comment.
him.
Please go ahead.
I don't think it's as a
I
pawn
want to
thing.
speak as a daily commuter,
I don't know.
a
Maybe
Metro
I'm wrong.
rider, specifically on the Metro Red Line. I would ask that the City Council do everything in its power to help support Metro in its current efforts to enhance security and safety and cleanliness on the entire system. I'm thankful to see at least one of the Metro board members here at this moment. I want to give one congratulation on the Metro new budget that's been approved. Thank you for the enhancements to train frequency that will be implemented hopefully shortly. I would like to be able to ride a train every 10 minutes on the Red Line as it was pre-pandemic. But I also just want to speak and just say I'm excited to see where Metro is going in the next couple of weeks with a brand new subway line through downtown. So that's a major moment for the city. But we need to do more to help enhance safety on the train so people feel safe to ride every day, and also for the fact that we can actually make the most of the investments the city is making in public transit so we can actually meet our climate goals, because that is the most essential thing that that service provides. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Sophia Garcia, Pamela Gustin.
Hi.
I'm sorry, sir, you're going to have to leave. I asked you so many times not to speak out, and you were asked to keep your
Fist
hand down
raised?
and not sit there. Sergeants,
Yep,
you've
it's
been blocking
fist
someone
raised.
behind you. You're speaking out now. Sergeants, escort him out. Out.
Out. Out. You can't sit there with your hand up. It's annoying me, and I don't like it.
Right away. Okay. Okay, ma'am, you're gone as well. Please go. You've both been officially thrown out via council rules.
So
Stop yelling. Get out.
Sorry, Speaker, and for people waiting online, but
Yeah, they changed the camera
Mr.
angle. I
Cigar
can't.
Bollinger and I think Mr. Bollinger are shouting. As
Oh, Stacy Cigar's getting it.
And they had been warned multiple times.
And
They were
fist
clearly
bump.
disrupting
They
the
should
people
go
behind
bone.
them and talking from the audience.
Just get
So
it
I'm
over
sorry.
with.
Yeah, if you'd please remind us of
He
the
should
name you
fist
signed up
pump
under
her.
and what you want to speak on.
Yes, Sophia Garcia. Honestly, I felt more unsafe with the man with the swastika who screamed the F word and the N word earlier.
I get
So,
it.
I don't
Mr. Herman.
know. Yeah, I don't know what y'all are on, but.
We would love to throw him out as well. He's been. Oh, you give an excuse. Get out, Mr. Herman. Mr. Herman, you've spoken out too much. We're now getting rid of him. Mr. Herman, you're out. Speaking out.
Ah, Mr. Herman
Just
goaded
the
him.
mics didn't pick that up. As we're
You're
trying to
out.
listen to
I don't
the
like the
speaker
goat
from
sound.
The podium, Mr. Herman is making goat noises after he's been warned. Right? So Mr. Herman has been
Herman,
ordered to
move
leave.
quickly. Also, for the record, he's disrupted this meeting by signing up 10 different times with different names.
And by the way, it's been a while, but I have personally told Mr. Herman he is not deciding.
Debbie, thank you so much for the dono, Debbie.
Difficult for us to
Happy
even
Friday,
start
Debbie.
the meeting. It is a form of disruption.
Dang.
So hold on, it's speaker at the podium.
Hold
Thank
on,
you for
hold
your
on. We got to
patience,
kick
but,
all these assholes out first.
waiting for Mr. Herman to.
And we'll let you
leave
talk.
and stop making noises so that he doesn't disrupt you.
It's like fucking romper room, dude. It's literally like fucking third grade.
At this point, I've forgotten. What did you want to speak
Shit
on?
is third grade right
Public
here.
comment.
Okay, so you have a minute and the floor is yours. Please begin.
Thank you. So I'm here in support of strengthening the tenant protections under the Los Angeles Tenant Anti-Harassment Ordinance and to hold landlords accountable for terrorizing LA County tenants, which includes children, pregnant women, and disabled elders. I work with these communities weekly in submitting complaints to the city and the county, and there's zero recourse. These ordinances are literally meaningless without enforcement, and no enforcement only continues to put the most vulnerable in our communities at risk. I also want to add that by having Kevin De Leon, who conveniently walked out of the room, in the chamber against literally all of LA, speaking out against his anti-Black, anti-Indigenous, and homophobic actions, its pride, is unacceptable and a reflection of every single one of the council's complicity. You cannot say you represent LA while refusing to defend Angelinos.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for your patience.
And thank you.
And,
Nice face
Pamela
diaper.
Gustin, we've called you a few times. I assume you're not here. If you are, come forward. Otherwise, that is the last name on the two-person list.
She's
and we'll
sponsored by
move to
Huggy.
Phones to take a few phone calls, and then we'll have to move forward.
All right.
All right, there we go. Phone call time, guys.
First caller, which items would you like
Caller.
to speak on? Caller with the last four digits,
Caller.
3784. Please press *6 to unmute.
So, speaker with the digits. Aha, I think you're there. Can you hear a speaker?
All right. I'll speak on item 9,
That's
the
Sean.
Pride Day presentation and general comment.
No, it's not. My bad.
For each, please begin.
All right. So item 9 gives funding
That's
to light up City Hall for Pride Day because, you know, that's all the city's going to do for Pride Day. They're just going to light up City Hall, you know, light it up and, you know, post a picture to Twitter and say that, oh, well, we're honoring the LGBTQ community. Meanwhile, the council president, Paul Kokorian, who lives in CD, who's the council member for CD2, has not issued a single statement on the anti-LGBTQ hate that's going on at Sataquai Elementary. That is in his district, and yet he has been noticeably silent on everything that's been going on. Why is that? And that's, the council president kind of speaks to the whole council. So when you're doing these presentations on Pride Month, please note that it means nothing unless you're actually, you know, doing things to help the community. And it's absolutely shameful that the council president has not issued a single statement on what he probably should have been there this morning, like several other elected officials were, supporting the LGBTQ community. But no, he's just been completely silent the all week. There was no mention of this going on, of this in the presentation either. And it's also known that this city council, there in the city hall, the LAPD has harassed and assaulted multiple members of the LGBTQ community, including Miss Italy, who they tased in the groin and then arrested. The city's now pursuing charges on her. And also another person who was standing up to a neo-Nazi in the council in City Hall, who the LAPD also arrested. Kevin De Leon needs to resign.
Thank you very much. Next.
Not bad. 14 ums.
Caller, which items would you like to speak on?
You knew you had to hear it from him.
Morning, Fable.
Hi, Mr.
Where's,
Kwan.
where's Baby Fable?
Sorry, which items?
Where's
did you say you
Baby
wanted to speak on?
Fable?
General public comment.
I want to hear Eric Previn today.
Okay, save a minute for each. Please begin.
Yeah, I was just wondering where Baby Fable is.
I wish he'd speak
I
up.
hope you're not too hard on him. Anyways, for item 9, this is on lighting up City Hall in honor of LGBT Heritage Month. And I just want to echo the concern, like, why is Councilmember Kokorian co-authoring this motion, given what's happening in his district at the exact moment? He said today was a proud day for the San Fernando Valley. And at that exact moment, anti-LGBT protesters were running amok in his district. And I find it particularly weird to see no mention from the council president on this. Some of the most vocal protesters at this school are proclaiming this to be an Armenian awakening. If anything, there's some responsibility as a leader in the Armenian community to speak up. An LGBT flag was burned in his district. Teachers targeted with harassment, and the council member has nothing to say. Do you have any doubt that if that were an Israeli flag or an Armenian flag, that he would have said something?
You can go to general.
Can somebody tell Officer Tracy Parks that his name is Blumenfield and not Blumenfeld? I know that Bob is scared of nothing more than saying something that might potentially be perceived as critical of cops, or he's a bit shy about speaking up, but maybe somebody else can help him out. And I just want to end by noting, last week we had this discussion on the robo-dog, and I thought it was really fascinating to see Ugo get a time check from the council president. And I know the council rules, and you're actually supposed to be really limited in your comments during these discussions, but those are never enforced. John Ferraro back in the day, he ran a tight ship. He did that. But we've never seen that. I have personally never seen Council President Krikorian time check a member in his time as Council President until last week. Nevertheless, Kevin De Leon gets to drone on and on and on about every item up there, every department, grilling them, doing his thing, just blabbering so he can feel relevant. And we don't get a time check for Kevin? That's outrageous. I yield my time.
I yield my time.
Next speaker.
Next speaker. Next speaker.
Caller, which items would you like to speak on?
Caller, how does my mask look?
Good afternoon. This is Brock Landers, private investigator. I'll take all open agenda items.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for
love Brock.
the lean items, which are 1 through 5, and then for items, the various items 6 through 9, followed by a minute for general. Please begin.
Thank you. On number 9, can you guys please remind me what night you guys eliminated City Hall for the veterans? Let's not forget the political party that is responsible for putting the Asian Americans in internment camps is the only political party represented by the city council. How can you say that LA is for everyone when there are veterans sleeping on the street every night? And to the gentleman just talking about the burning of the LGBTQ flag and how awful that is, how do you feel about the burning of the American flag? Because that's been shown to be freedom of speech and protected by the Constitution. So I'm sure that the burning of any other flag is as well. As far as the number 7 on the software, I can save you guys a lot of money and just start listening when people are standing in there. You know, like that'll tell you the same thing the software is going to tell you. And we were talking about it on Smoke and Scan, and we came to the conclusion that you haven't kicked out KDL is because KDL is actually the LA City Council alpha. So if you guys are all scared of him or you agree with him and you like him, I think it would just be easier if you guys would just bow to your alpha in public. So all these people that come, you know, all these sheeples come in and complain can just find something better to do.
Sorry to interrupt, speaker. Do you want to go into general public comment? It sounds like what you're on.
Actually, I do. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So I had a conversation with my neighbor that last night that I found rather enlightening. I'd like to share with you. Actually, you know, I'll leave it with this. I think it's really sad that you guys have put all this money and all this effort into, you know, going out for all these different fringe groups, depending on what day of the week it is. That before you brought in the Persian community, and today is the LGBTQ community, and I am still not able to find a baker in the Persian community that would, you know, make a wedding cake for a gay wedding. So I think you guys need to get your hypocrisy in check, you know. I mean, there's no hypocrisy at Smoke and Scan. We just sit and talk about the truth, and if you disagree, you disagree. But at least stand up and say what you guys really believe in. Everybody would respect you more.
Thank you very much.
Love you, Brock. That's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. That's some real shit. Gave you some real shit right there, Brock did.
Hi, good morning. I won't speak
My
on
hero.
item number 9 in general
Brock's
public
my
comment, please.
And you have a minute for each. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning, council members. I did see the news of the protesters at Sedecoy Elementary School. Now, I know what these parents are going through, and I want to speak on their behalf. One of the things that these parents are going through is that they do not want their kids to be groomed with LGBTQ stuff. That specifically talking about graphic details of two male couples kissing, and then going to sexually graphic details, where next thing you know they do
paying
oral
attention.
sex, that kind of stuff. Now, the Armenian community, the Jewish Armenian community, and all communities do support LGBTQ rights. Now, do you guys see Christians, Jews, and Muslims going around preaching
Go to general.
against preaching their religion, forcing their beliefs on other people? No. Now, the problem is that there needs to be a boundary line that cannot be crossed. And unfortunately, that's what's happening right now when LGBTQ supporters are forcing their beliefs on other people. That's not okay, and we're just trying to say that is absolutely not right. That's not okay at all. We do respect LGBTQ. All we're saying is stop grooming our children with sexually graphic information, because the next thing we don't want to hear is an 8-year-old performing a sex act with another 8-year-old. That's the kind of stuff that parents are worried about every single day. And I would like to say the LGBTQ can enjoy their Pride Month, but just stop grooming children with sexually graphic details.
Thank you, Speaker.
Racist is back.
Speaker?
Just in time.
Caller, which items would you like to speak on? Caller with the last 4 digits 5065, please press *6 to unmute.
Caller, how does my mask look? Caller, you want to be friends with Benzies?
No, I guess we should move on to the next speaker.
9.
Are you there, Speaker? No? Okay, we'll move on to the next person.
Oh, somebody was there. I heard something.
Caller, which items would you like to speak on?
Yeah, the number 9 and public comment.
Absolutely, you have a minute for each. Please begin.
Probably, Jay.
Number 9, again, the Saticoy situation, this us lighting up this city hall for opening day here and having such a big thing to do. The parents should have a lot to do with that situation in Saticoy Streets. The tenants should have been informed by the teachers that that was going to be brought to them so they can introduce it to the kids. It's the parents and the principal situation when the school general
all-wheel drive, you're
came
fucked
towards
up.
and was asked how come they were not made aware of it.
He's calling from his coffin.
Mr. Krikorian, again, it's in your district. I don't understand what you're doing in City Hall. You had riots almost causing out over there. I was there, I seen it. Yes, you're sitting at City Hall. It don't make no sense why you're sitting at City Hall when you have that situation. And it's not like you didn't know it was coming up.
Let's go
It's
to
been on the
general
news
public
for a
comment,
week.
Speaker.
He's on his jitterbug laying in his coffin.
Okay, let's go to general comment. Again, we go back to you want respect in that council office, but yet you don't give it to the people. Nobody pays attention. You got 2 people sitting aside, De Leon on his touch phone, Krikorian looking at his phone. Nobody's paying attention, so why you have a forum? For Channel 35, Mr. Krikorian, the Horseshoe, we're listening to our people. It's not happening. If you want respect, you give it. Give the respect to the people of LA. Listen to them. Sit down. The meeting. It's supposed to be at least. I yield my time.
Thank you.
We have time for one last caller, so if you could bring in the last caller, please.
Man, that's it. All
Caller,
that.
which items would you like to speak on?
Hello, this is Pamela Agustin calling for general public comment.
Absolutely, please begin.
It's helping to be Mr. Spindler.
Good afternoon. So I'm Pamela. I'm with the Eastside Leads and Keep LA House Coalitions. I was there in person, had to leave. Apologies. Council members, over the last 3 years, my team of organizers and I have informed LA City and LA County residents of the tenant rights under the Stay House LA program. Overwhelmingly, the number one issue that we have witnessed is tenants experiencing ongoing harassment. Despite your COVID protections against evictions for non-payment, property owners still filed for evictions for non-payment during the pandemic, and tenants were forced to follow the ever-complex eviction process. Even today, landlords are still taking tenants to court under non-payment for protected periods. What plays out in harassment includes utility shut-ins, reduction in services, and really no accountability for repairs and maintenance. When these measures fail to push out tenants, it escalates to illegal lockouts and physical assaults, as you heard earlier in the case of Anabella and Smoke. It's time for you, Council, to strengthen the Tahoe policy in the city of Los Angeles with true, strong accountability against this type of abuse.
Thank you, Speaker.
Okay, thank you. And
Thank you.
We
We
more
don't
than
give a
exceeded
fuck.
our time. So we're closing the phone lines now and closing public comment on all items.
Bullshit.
Madam Clerk, what items can the council vote on now?
The council may now vote on items 1 through 9.
All that
If you would open the
honoring
roll.
in fucking an hour's worth of work.
Close the roll and tally the votes.
10 eyes.
Okay, thank you. And is there anything left on the desk?
The council has motions for posting and referral.
Those motions are posted
Sucks
and
when
referred.
they do that,
The
man.
desk is clear.
That's why I hate it when there's like
Okay,
four
colleagues,
fucking
any announcements?
4 groups to fucking honor. It's
Seeing no announcements, are there
10
any
minutes to talk
adjourning
about
in
each of
motion,
them, and then
adjourn in
they
memory?
have 4 people that want to talk,
Price,
of
if everyone
course.
could rise for adjourning in memory.
See, they're already adjourning. They're already getting up.
And Mr. Price,
They'll
the
honor
floor is
one
yours.
person
Thank you, Mr.
now who
President.
died, and that's it. They're out of
Members,
here.
I ask that we adjourn in the memory of Lois Starr.
See? Lois was the one.
was
Rest
a,
in peace,
housing
Lois.
development consultant.
At least you don't have to be around these fucking dirtbags no more.
A number of non.
You're in a better place, Lois.
Entities,
Trust.
nonprofit
We still got to
housing
be here
service
with them.
agencies and local governments. She was passionate about her work in helping families and individuals get housed.
Long day of work,
She
Dom,
was
right?
native of Los Angeles.
Doing
Lois
nothing.
Was educated
on our
here
dime.
in Southern California.
And you do know that none of them make less than fucking 6 figures, right?
And she did graduate work at Pepperdine. She's survived by 2 sons, Ben and Andrew.
They make good
and
money,
host
dude.
of
That's why DeLeon ain't out. You wonder why he's not out? Because he realized you can't push him out.
Also, Mr.
He's gonna
President,
make
we got
6 figures on your back.
motion,
Be racist.
ask that
And if you
adjourn on
fire him,
behalf of
he'll
a-
get fucking
of a
$5
friend,
million in a
childhood
lawsuit.
friend, in fact.
So you go ahead and
Willie C.
fire him,
Decker.
or you just let him be.
Beloved husband, father, brother, and friend who recently departed from us on May the 6th. Willie was a track and field legend to local LA fans and had many accolades surrounding, he received many accolades surrounding his efforts in track and field. As a graduate from Dorsey High, his stellar track career included winning league and city championships,
Morgan
California
Freeman
state
lookalike.
championships, and even as far as qualifying.
He's
for the
Morgan Freeman stunt double.
1968
He's red stunt
Olympic
double.
Trials. He was later
In
inducted into
Shawshank.
the Dorsey Hall of Fame for his outstanding performance in track and field. He then attended LA City College and made several USA national teams before accepting a full track and field scholarship at USC, where he continued to set records. With
Oh, yeah.
100
Yeah,
yard
we're not
dash,
even talking about the kickbacks,
30
right?
yard dash, and
Engine.
100-meter events.
The kickbacks
Willie's
from all the
previous
developers
awards
and
included
stuff
the
that you
Scholastic
let
Magazine
shit
All-American,
go. And
4-time
these people
junior
are mad
college
because the
All-American,
building's going up.
6-time
How did it go up?
All-American at SC, 10-time USA national competitor.
Yeah, man. It's a
And finally, in
lifetime.
April
And I'm
2009,
and
he
I
was
and I do not know, but I would be willing to bet says they have a pension too. Like if they just they're done with their tenure or whatever, I bet they get some sort of a pension, whether it's just medical and dental or something. I don't know. I would bet they get something. I could be wrong. I'm just assuming. I do not know. Forgive my ignorance, but I would be willing to bet. Probably, if you had to ask me to, I'll put my money on. I'd be put my money on that they do get something, some sort of not severance pay or anything like a legit fucking benefits after they're done, full pension.
Spent hanging out. We had
Yeah.
the same babysitter and shared many.
Right? They got a pension, right, Dom? I would assume.
In those early years and then after.
Pig pension, yeah,
We
for
miss
sure.
A dear friend, Willie.
Without a
C.
doubt.
Decker. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Price. May he rest in peace.
Yeah, Oscar, that's how they do it, man.
Oh, Ms. Hutt, I'm sorry. You want to add on?
Thank you,
That's
Mr.
how they did
President. I'd like to add to your adjourning motion. He was also
It was
my niece
Observer,
Haley's,
both in YouTube
track
and
field
Twitch.
coach. She's at the service
Gets you
right
guys
now.
talking.
She reached out and said, please add to the adjournment.
People don't understand why we watch this shit because they've never sat and watched through one good one.
Thank you.
You know,
Corey.
if you had all the usual suspects, you'd
Thank
be
you very
hooked.
much, Mr. President. I want to.
We need to see Mr. Spindler.
Long delayed and belated opportunity to pay tribute to one of the great leaders in the history, really, of Valley Village, Dale Felice Leibowitz Neglia, who was born in April of 1951 and passed away on October 28th of 2019. Unfortunately, as the council was not in session for much of COVID, we didn't have the opportunity to more timely recognize Dale's passing, but I wanted to take this moment to do that because she really was somebody who shaped the community and left a great legacy for those who continue to enjoy Valley Village today. In the 1970s, Dale moved to Los Angeles.
True, Jay.
And she became instantly a committed leader and servant of the community. She was elected to Neighborhood Council Valley Village, where she served for almost 10 years and was both the board secretary and member of the Planning and Land Use Committee. And when she took the lead on that committee, she quickly became the longest serving and one of the most effective members of that committee. She really restructured the process by which proposed projects were heard for Valley Village. She ensured that all multifamily and commercial development projects
super gelled
were
up.
presented to the full board before moving forward to the city of Los Angeles.
Maybe
for approval.
sponsored
She
by
really
fucking
created a
Depp or
system
something.
To broaden stakeholder engagement and bring everyone into the process in helping to define
It's got a
projects.
3 Flowers fucking
and make
sponsorship.
them, the best projects they could be for all of the stakeholders of Valley Village. And her approach was really adopted by many of the surrounding neighborhood councils as well. She was beyond that involved in
Jimmy
just
Johnson
about
there.
every community event that lifted
Fucking
up
tornado
Valley
proof.
Village
That shit
and
at
made it
F5
better
ain't
place
moving
to
it.
Light Up Valley Village, National Night Out, Earth Day, the Valley Village Homeowners Association 4th of July parades all had Dale's
Boy, this thing will
stamp
withstand an
on it.
F5, Billy.
Eager, enthusiastic participant and leader in all of those areas. She was also president of her homeowners association in her spare time, and she was active with many other community and faith-based organizations. She was really somebody whose passion, whose commitment, whose advocacy was the model for what a community leader and a community activist can be and should be, and she definitely left a lasting mark.
What's up, Killa?
on the East
I'm
Valley,
good.
which
Ready
we
to
are
finish
all
this
immensely
off, get some
grateful
cards packed up, and
she will be
get
missed
my
by her
eBay day
sister,
going.
Carol Leibowitz. She was
and
preceded
then get
in
a show
death by
going
her
at 8
sister,
o'clock
Sari.
tonight, so it's a busy day for me.
She's remembered by her husband.
Hopefully we get a
38
chase
years,
at
Vincent Neglia, who's here with us today.
8:37
and her son Justin Neglia, who's a United States Marine.
tonight.
And I'm joined
Let's
today
get
with others of her friends, other leaders of Valley Village who recognize.
Oh, that's Homo.
the
It was part of
enormous
Valley Village. Had to sit through all of it.
for
The
so
angry
many
guy.
years to making this
Still in the back with the pissed off look like, fuck, I gotta be here.
Here with us as we.
Who was about to
join
clap,
in
then didn't
adjourning
clap right
this
there.
meeting In Dale's memory. May she rest in peace.
Only one clapping.
Bugs, any other attendance? Seeing none, this meeting is adjourned.
Ah, man, when you talk about when you're just fucking offbeat, you know, everything else is going on in the world, and you're here, and everybody else is there, baby. Yeah, I mean, he was literally just in another world right there. It's gonna let you know that one, dude. Dude was in another century, another place. All right, let's go look at the dam for a second. Yeah, he's clapping for a fucking memorial. Like she's happy she's dead. Ah, shit, yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. Like, why would you clap right there? That's not the time to clap, homie. You honor them. You clap when you honor them when they're alive. You don't clap when somebody's dead and you're honoring them. Just go and put that one out there, my friend. Time and place, Billy. Time and place. Speaking of time and place, hopefully you will be here tonight at this time and place at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for our normal show, man. So I appreciate all the likes, the love, the donos, the camaraderie, the fun in the chat room. Thank you for behaving and being goods, and I'll see you later tonight, guys. I got to get going with my eBay day. Anybody who ordered cards, Lonnie, Jason, anybody, you guys, I will send you cards out ASAP. I'm going to go pack them up now. So you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Get all your goodies, eat your dinner, be back here at 8. Okay? Be safe. Have a good one, and I'll see you on the next one.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Bye, y'all.